Christian movies. You're probably familiar with a certain form of media that is attempting to make it as easy as possible to teach young adults and children about the religion in the most entertaining way possible, but not too entertaining because then you're sinning. No kickflips, no trespassing, no throwing jello at houses, nothing cool. I haven't ever really dove into a piece of religious media on my channel before, but in my terrible movie suggestions form that you can find in the description, somebody suggested the movie Joshua and the Promised Land. By the poster, you can already tell that we're dealing with something special here. I had seen that other creators have made videos on this, such as Critical and this other creator, Saberspark, years ago, but I specifically avoided watching those because I wanted the raw experience of seeing this movie myself without any context whatsoever. We're bringing it into the modern age. This movie's got magic, okay? It's got demons. It's got war. So join me as we take a look at the animated Christian movie from hell. So we start off with the narrator of this film.
The Bible tells the story of a young man named Joshua.
The nature of this creature, I am unsure of. It appears to be a pink pig rat nymph fairy that wears a bow tie. And this far into the film, that's literally all you know. I will say that if you showed this movie to a child under 5 years old, they would already be crying by this point. Because humans fear the unknown, and I have no idea what that is. He talks about how in the Bible there was a man named Joshua who was incredibly brave and was strong. And the Joshua that we're talking about is none of those things. So then the Joshua in question is revealed, and holy shit, that is an anthropomorphic lion child. Oh my God. Okay, I'm game. Anthropomorphic animals. Zootopia. That's a movie. Our main character, Joshua, is incredibly good at motor skills. He's adept at running around. The quality of the animation in this film is just, We're introduced to Joshua's father, who immediately gives us the vibe of what kind of father he is.
Hi, Dad.
Pick up your stuff, Joshua.
Holy shit. That is a lion father that is about 3 bad arguments away from being an absent one. This is when I began to realize that this film is entirely played by anthropomorphic animals. The main character, of course, being a lion, which honestly would make sense given that the name of the guy who made this film is Jim Lion.
I thought you said you were cleaning out the den today.
Well, honey, I'm sorry. I have got other things I've got to do.
I enjoy how they're anthropomorphic lions, but then the only thing that changes about the fact that they're anthropomorphic lions is that they refer to their house as a den. But then in the next sentence, the mom lion is like...
Right, like tinkering around with that car again.
Hey, come on. This is my day off. This is what I'm gonna do.
So they call their house a den, but then also, yeah, he's got a car. So the parents are arguing about the dad's car, but then the dad doesn't like that. He is baring his teeth at his wife. That's kind of fucked up. I can only assume in lion culture that that's a pretty threatening thing to do. So clearly what we have here is an abusive lion father that loves his car too much and ignores his son. Boom. Good dad.
Ugh. Honestly, Joshua, will you please get out of the way? I'm trying to fix dinner.
There is not a single supportive soul in this family for this child. He is literally just hanging out and his parents just hate his guts. So Joshua's obviously sad. He's going back up to his room to like cry or something because his parents hate his gut. It's probably because he's got a skateboard left in the hallway, because I clearly heard your dad say, Joshua, to pick up your stuff, which is why there's no God in his household. There's no Jesus around here. And he goes and he lays on his bed and he's sad. You know the drill.
As you can see, Joshua feels kind of lost in the shuffle.
Okay, so the fairy nymph is back, and he straight up is just not explaining what in God's name he is, because he's clearly not a lion. He's pink, and he has a bow tie. Why does he have a bow tie? I don't understand what this adds. It's massive on him, too.
And he doesn't know where to turn. That's why I think we should give him a little help.
He doesn't seem to know what the hell's going on. So then all of a sudden, this static ghost shows up. I don't know how else to explain what this is. It's like it's a ghost made of static. And this ghost starts looking through all of Joshua's toys, and you'd think to yourself, oh, maybe he's going to possess one of those toys and then start talking to Joshua through that, right? Wrong. He then turns around and then just goes up to Joshua, and then in the most gentle voice I have ever seen.
Hi.
Hi. So I guess before deciding to wake up Joshua, he was just looking through his collection of toys. Oh, dude, nice. You got Funko Pops? Oh, shit, man. You got U2s? He can't wake Joshua up, so he then winds up and throws a ball of energy at Joshua straight in his face. That is not the strategy that I would have chosen. Maybe tapping him on the shoulder. I'm already getting weird vibes from this ghost. I'm sorry. That's just how it is.
Who are you?
Some people call me the best friend.
That is not the first thing that you should be saying to a child after you've broken into his home and woken him up with a ball of energy. He's got some leeway because he's a spiritual being, but not that much. Not in my book.
My real name is Christopher Andrew Eugene Bazioni, at your service. But it's okay if you don't like it. Just call me Chris.
Okay, so this is a ghost named Chris.
Listen, Joshua, I came here to take you on a little kind of trip, you know?
Not the first thing I would be saying.
Where do you want to take me?
I can't tell you that till we get there.
We are less than 5 minutes into the film, and this has all of the signs of a run-of-the-mill abduction right now. I think the usage of the phrase little trip is probably the most problematic for me. 90% of the time, when a character in a movie says, we're gonna go on a little trip, it has proven to never be a good thing.
Come on. You trust me, don't you?
I guess.
Why? Why would you immediately trust this floating ghost? And why does the ghost have to use the phrase, come on? You trust me, don't you? He's peer pressuring this child into going on a little trip with him, and then he won't tell him where. So Joshua, utilizing his terrible decision-making skills, decides to go to an unknown location with a floating ghost. He has to hold Chris's hand in order to travel with him. And there's this moment in the animation where the fairy absolutely dislocates Joshua's arm as he's floating up into the air, and they don't even hide it. They add like a punching sound effect to it. From there, they just rocket out of the house, and then they do a jump into hyperspace. The first thing that Chris shows Joshua is the biblical story about how God had freed the enslaved Jewish people, and they were escaping from Egypt, but the Pharaoh didn't like that. Oh no, he didn't. So we see the Pharaoh in question, who definitely has the walk of a Pharaoh, and he's got the voice of one too.
Get me my chariot!
Also, a side note, I find it fascinating that it's been established that all of the characters in this film are bipedal versions of animals, but then Jim Lyon includes ancient Egyptian depictions of humans on this building. Like, those are humans. Does that mean humans are canon? That increases the confusion of this entire story, like tenfold. I'd like to appreciate how smooth this man's chariot is. That is riding in luxury.
You know, some people just never learn. God can hit them right over the head with a big, thick hammer, and they still don't get it.
What doesn't he get?
When you fight against God, you always lose. Just like that Pharaoh there is about to find out.
Not slavery is wrong. The only reason why we have a problem with slavery in this context is because God wasn't a fan of it. So the army of the Pharaoh departs to catch the Jewish people, and we'll see this several times over the film, but some of the chariots have a completely different perspective. Like, where is he going? He's on a completely different mission. Thus far, I've been a big fan of when Joshua and Chris the Ghoul are traveling from place to place, especially in this clip that I'm about to show you, because whenever they are traveling around, it's less like it's this magical ride with a Christian ghost, and more like he's just pulling Joshua at the speed of a fighter jet. So there's this big fire that was created by God that prevents the Pharaoh's army from advancing and catching the Jewish people. And Joshua wants to check out the fire, but Chris doesn't let him, and he says,
Sometimes a no means maybe, I'll grant you that. But when it comes from God, a no means no.
sometimes a no means maybe? This ghost is a registered sex offender. Everything he said, besides a lesson about God, has been sus at the very least. So now the prophet Moses is introduced, and you can tell that he's Moses because he's got a staff, and he's also got a beard. The only character with a beard in the whole film.
According to the Bible, Moses is the guy God picked to do all his miracles and lead the slaves to freedom. He's one of the good guys.
Oh, is he? I think that Jim Lyon placed this statement in because of some of the things that Moses does later in this film, and also some of the things that Moses did in the Bible that aren't even included in this movie. We'll talk about that later. Chris basically has Joshua possess an adult lion that was there at the time because I guess Joshua's interested in this biblical story now.
I'll meet you on the other side.
Why, Don? What happened?
throws them into the body of a random lion, and then he fucking pieces out. What we'll find out later is that Joshua had been placed in the body of the biblical figure of the same name, Joshua. Here's something I haven't had the chance to point out that I think that you guys would find a little concerning. For some reason, the horses are green. Why did he make the horses green? There's camels later, and they look like normal camels, but then there's green horses. Why is there green horses? So the Pharaoh reaches the firewall, and he is not happy about the firewall. Generally, firewalls, negative thing. And you know how I can tell? Because of this face he makes. We all know what happens next. Moses parts the Red Sea and all of the Jewish people walk to the other side, and they're safe and sound. And then the Pharaoh tries to go through, and they get absolutely dunked on by the ocean and God. Not only were they killed by the force of the water pressure falling upon them, they were eaten alive by sharks. Everyone is cheering that they're safe now, and Joshua is just this stone-faced badass for some reason. I don't know if he's collecting trauma from seeing hundreds of people drown underwater. Right. All of the Jews got out of that land so fast that they didn't bring any food with them. So I guess God sends a huge flock of quails into the desert. And Moses asks Joshua directly if he can get him a quail to eat.
I'm hungry. Would you mind fetching a quail so we can eat?
And we get this ridiculous animation sequence where Joshua is just chasing around the quails and doing a terrible job of doing it. The way that these characters are animated, it's almost like they were just born and they are very recently learning motor skills.
These guys just love to complain. Sure, they had enough food, but they didn't have enough water.
Well, yeah. They're starving and thirsty in a desert and living off of quails.
So they told Moses to solve the problem, or they all go back to Egypt to become slaves again.
To who? You literally just watched with your own eyes as the Pharaoh was swallowed by the Red Sea. I'm sorry, man, but there's no going back now. But Moses, being the homie that he is, manages to get them some water. Uh-oh, bad news is on the horizon, though, because the Amalekites are preparing to attack. Don't believe me? Listen to Moses.
As we speak, the Amalekite army prepares an attack.
That's the exact same thing I said. This time around, though, they're not going to run away. They're going to fight the Amalekites. And Moses thinks it's a wonderful idea to recruit Joshua to lead the entire army.
I will assemble the soldiers. I want you, Joshua, to lead them into battle.
Me?
What are you basing this upon, Moses? Exactly. He caught you a quail. That's the only thing that he's done in this story for you. It's like nobody's ever done Moses a favor before in his entire life. So Moses' army begins to prepare for battle. We get this wonderful perspective issue as they're running to their spot. And also, can we touch on this again? What kind of animal is this? Is that a bear? Doesn't look like a bear. Kind of looks like a methed out version of Arthur from PBS. I just find it funny that this child who was just complaining about having to walk several miles to cross the Red Sea.
I'm tired.
Now you know why I didn't take that long walk with you.
It was miles and miles.
Is now leading an army. And he really just does not seem to have too much of a problem with it at this point. After a little bit of hyping up the soldiers,
Let's beat these guys!
Joshua leads this entire army into war. This war is awesome because if this was the only thing that my Christian parents showed to me when I was a kid, then it's honestly pretty damn brutal. It doesn't have any blood, but it doesn't really need to. I don't know what it is about the tiger characters in this war, but they are pulling some serious weight. There's this one shot of a dude that slices a man off of his chariot. One of the tigers does this badass spin move and knocks another guy off of his chariot. Then this other tiger guy is like, yo, Josh, want to try something wild and wacky? And Joshua smiles like he's saying, fuck yeah, baby. And then they hop on this chariot's horses, steal the horses, and then just beeline it into the middle of the battle like they're actually insane. I haven't really seen the chariots be successful thus far. I don't know what their tactical usage is in the nature of this war. I'm only seeing people in chariots get their asses kicked. Next up, we've got these hammer soldiers that are just, they are putting in work. They are demolishing demolishing people. It was at this point of my screening of the movie, though, that I realized that this is a child experiencing this. He is being put in a situation by Chris where he is killing people. The maximum age that I would place Joshua at is like 7. Granted, they do want to kill Joshua, but he is without hesitation whatsoever slashing and stabbing these guys like he's been doing it for 50 years. Also, who is this tiger character? He's absolutely fucking goated. He's like the John Wick of the Bible. This is insane.
We're making meatloaf today. We're doing a cooking show today. Welcome, welcome. Growing up, my favorite food was fucking meatloaf. We're gonna be making meatloaf today. That's it. We're making meatloaf. I think that meatloaf has gotten a bad name over the years. I think because of popular media, I feel like I've seen a lot of cartoons where meatloaf has been the stereotypical bad food.
Holographic meatloaf?
Mom's made meatloaf for dinner, and the kid's like, I want to battle that. I want to take that on. I've got right here I've got some ingredients, some instructions. One of my favorite foods growing up was the meatloaf that my mom made. So I texted her. She sent me the instructions to make this type of meatloaf. So without further ado, let's just jump into it.
I'm talking about meatloaf.
I don't know how to do a fucking cooking show. How the fuck do you do this shit? Our ingredients are 2 pounds ground beef, finely chopped onion, about a cup of an onion, 2 eggs, 2 dry cups of grape nut cereal, and then combine all ingredients and incorporate
The sauce.
Let's do it. We're gonna need this for the sauce town. Here's a dry cup. Big old fucking... Ew. Oh yeah. Little cup things. We got our tools. Okay. We got our ground beef. Oh yeah. We got 2 pounds of it too. I got half of one right here. So that's the onion. Bing bong bing bo. Eggs. Right there. Grape nuts cereal. Do your homework, kids. It's important to know what that is. Pan. I guess we just combine these ingredients now. Welcome, Miles, to Ted's cooking show.
Oh, this is
Ted.
great.
We're making meatloaf today.
Ooh, I like meatloaf. I like trying things.
Yeah, that's good. It's good that you like trying things. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this shit, guys, by the way. Oh. Oh, fuck, where's the knife? Alright, now you chop the fucking onion. I don't know how to do a cooking show. What am I even doing right now? It's calling for finely chopped onions right now.
Those look pretty fine.
You think this is finely chopped? You think
the
that
other
this... okay.
Yeah.
You mean this? Fuck. Slice. Oh, I can just hear the screams of these onions. If these onions were people, individual people, it's like I'm killing a city of onions, so think about that. Well, first we need to put 2 dry cups of grape nuts into this fucking... Ooh. Oh, grape nuts. Woo! How about it? That's about a cup. Bam. 2 eggs. Okay. I think that we shouldn't call meatloaf meatloaf. I feel like that's a stupid name for meatloaf. That's probably why so many people don't like meatloaf. That's probably why. Is because it's got a weird fucking name. Why don't we call it Meat City? Well, that's not any better. Maybe beef time? Beefcake. Beefcake. Okay. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, pow. Oh, no. This is the main ingredient to the beefcake. So get prepared because we're about to do some mixing. Time to do it with my hands. I feel like I'm making a slime video now. What up, guys? It's slime time 2015. It's Slime Boy. Slime Guy. Oh yeah. That's looking good, baby. You're a good-looking piece of meat. You're a good-looking You're a good-looking meat, baby. You're a fucking meat, baby. Oh, jeez. I'm worse than fucking guava juice right now. Something tells me that this is just about ready. At least I'm not putting myself in a bathtub of meatloaf. That's something Guava Juice would do. Put himself in a bathtub of meatloaf because he's a fucking weirdo. Time for the sauce. A cup of maple syrup. A cup of ketchup. I really hope that that's a cup. Come on. You can do it. We just need a cup of you. Oh, I'm getting debris on my notes. We're only half a cup of the way there. Oh God, I really hope I don't run out of ketchup. Fuck. We're fucking out of ketchup. Great. Fuck. That's almost a cup. Oh, fuck. I also don't have a cup of maple syrup. Shit. 2 tablespoons mustard? Yeah. Shit. This is the sauce. I don't think I really even explained the sauce to you guys. The sauce is like, oh shit, that's a lot of maple syrup we can add. Yeah. It's just like a sweet sauce, really. You pour half the sauce in the meat mix. More. We go into the mixing again, baby. Oh God, it's so cold. Oh, fuck. One of the final steps, I guess, in making the meatloaf is putting this shit in the pan. Tenderize it. Ow, fuck. Oh yeah. Meat City right there. And then we pour the sauce on. Wait. I gotta poke holes in it. You gotta poke holes in the top of it, so that the sauce gets inside of the beefcake. The sauce over the beefcake. Meatloaf, it's together. Okay, the next step is to put it in this guy. This oven, baby. For an hour. So we're gonna check back in when the meatloaf is done.
Meatloaf.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what it looks like. And we're gonna try it out now. A glorious day for Meatloaf City. I'm honestly excited. Ah, fuck. We've got our glorious meatloaf right here. Trying it out. I have to get in the shot. That's pretty fucking good. That's some good fucking meatloaf, bro. Ooh, is this a mukbang? Is this a fucking mukbang, huh? I'm gonna bring Miles over and he's gonna taste test this meatloaf. Welcome to my cooking show. This is meat. I made some meatloaf.
Is it edible?
Yes, try some.
Yeah. It's meatloaf?
Yeah, it's meatloaf.
Yeah, it's meatloaf.
Yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
Ooh. Mmm.
That good?
No, not bad. Wait, this is actually so good.
Yeah. Success, guys.
Success.
Meatloaf.
We weren't paid for this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, share the meat cake gospel, guys. That's all I ask. Is to share the meat cake gospel. I'm Ted. This is Meatloaf time. Peace.
Meatloaf.
Hey, Instagram comedy has gotten significantly worse. It's gotten bad. So much so that I've decided to create a specific series covering these people called Instagram Demons. These people are so cringy that they've rated the title Demon. Today we are going to be looking at Box Boy and Lava Girl, Sexy Jeffos. They basically are a package deal. They get their camera and they live in LA, so they just drive down to Santa Monica and they just run around. They definitely make these videos in bulk because they're basically all the same premise. All they need is just like one prop and then a very, very baseline, simplistic concept. It's really lazy and that's why they are demons. All right, Box Boy. He knows exactly what his audience is. It's 2-year-olds, kids in grade school. They just came out of the womb. They just slipped out of the fucking womb. You know why? Because he loves Fortnite. He's obsessed with doing videos about
goddamn Fortnite. Fortnite? Fortnite? Fortnite. 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 Yes? We'll get to that later. Fortnite. Slurp juice? So let's just check out these Fortnite videos he's making.
Last time I had slurp juice. This time I got a chug jug.
That isn't the real music, by the way. I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Oh, okay, so he poured some blue liquid on himself that's supposed to be one of those power-ups you get in Fortnite, and then he danced. Oh, okay.
I got slurp juice.
Oh, he did it again. Oh, okay, he did it again. Well, I mean, I'm sure that's not the rest of the Fortnite videos he's doing. That's probably not...
I got slurp juice.
It's not even a joke, really. I guess it's a joke if you're thinking about physical comedy, but really it's just he's pouring juice on himself and dancing. Okay, let me check out my joke pad today. Oh, pour liquid on myself. Guess I'm gonna do that again. And every single time he's just like,
I got slurp juice. I got slurp juice. I got slurp juice.
oh, I've got slurp juice. No one, like, we get it. We get you have slurp juice, you little freaking Australian freak.
Kiss me.
How about you kiss me?
How many people does he pay to do this? Like, that's clearly a scripted line. They were like, okay, here, I'm gonna ask you to kiss me, and then you're gonna say, hey, how about you kiss me? Here's $20.
Kiss me.
How about you kiss me?
Oh, here's my line. How about you kiss me? Oh, that's seductive. That's a meme. That's a pretty good meme. Oh. That meme is 5 years old. That's half a decade old.
Yo, Jeffo, kiss.
Kiss who?
Oh my God, Jeffrey.
That just looked kind of aggressive.
Yo, Boxboy, kiss. Oh, you cheeky bugger. Oh, shit.
Whoa, you're getting some. You're getting some.
So they're in Santa Monica again. They're going around and they're just being a nuisance. And they scream so much in their videos. They scream so much as if that adds something. All right, I think the story here isn't really coming through. Why don't we scream a lot? He's sitting in a meeting with a bunch of his producers and they're like, Boxboy, we're gonna need you to scream a little more. And he's like, all right.
Oh, Boxboy, kiss.
Ew, no!
No way. I'm kissing my own sister. What?
Oh, incest. That's funny. They both run away like they're fucking in elementary school. It doesn't even really matter if it's his sister either, really. The point is that they're saying it's his sister, which is the weird part. Another topic that these guys really like to do is Simon Says.
Yo, Jeffo, Simon Says, make out with that girl.
I mean, if Simon says so.
Oh my God, Jeffrey.
What is with him in these kisses? Why does Jeffrey kiss like that? He's kind of really aggressive.
Oh my God, Jeffrey.
Give me here.
Yo, Boxboy, Simon says, get wet.
He says, Simon Says get wet, and the first thing he does is scream. He doesn't say like, oh, okay. He's not like, what? Where's the water?
Oh, shit.
And then he's like, oh, shit. I really struggle to believe that Jeffrey had a doubt in the world that Boxboy wasn't going to jump into that fucking fountain. Especially because he joined him right after. Oh, and then they just start screaming.
Simon says, take that girl home.
I mean, if Simon says so.
Can you imagine that if this wasn't fake, which we know it is, how fucking terrifying that would be? For some dude to just come at you screaming, pick you up, and run away with you? I also don't know why these girls are all dressed in the same outfit. That's kind of a weird thing, too. I mean, we know at the end of the day, it's just because their audience is like these fucking, like, 2-year-old kids who are just like, that's funny. That's funny. But my biggest problem with this is, though, is that this dude is, like, in his 20s. Now, the first thing that I notice on Sexy Jeffos' profile is that, a lot, him holding a prop, and a girl hovering her hand over his crotch with a circle and an arrow pointed to that. Stop. This isn't Pornhub. This isn't xvideos.org. I mean, let's take a look at one of these videos.
Marry me.
What?
Marry me.
No?
Marry me.
Is that like the joke? He's just gonna keep screaming "marry me" until they just get uncomfortable and walk away?
White cock. Oh, no, I mean, not you.
Oh, what a funny mess up there. Oh, my cock. I mean my chicken, dude. It's crazy how these mess ups. It's a Freudian slip. Crazy, right? These guys are taking the weirdness of Instagram comedy and taking it to another level by just making it sexual, but that there's no punchline. There's no joke. So that's really it for this video. That was Box Boy and Sexy Jeffa. Sometimes I really just wonder what's gonna happen when the people who watch these people get older and they're like, oh wait, that's dumb. I'm not gonna watch that anymore, and all of their viewers leave. Like, I wonder what's next for these people. So yeah, that's the video for today, folks. That's the first pair of Instagram demons, Box Boy and Sexy Jeffos, 2 Instagram demons that will not quit. Thanks for coming around. Subscribe if you like the videos. Don't subscribe if you don't. Comment below. Tell me if you got any other Instagram demons you want me to check out. I'm Ted Nivison. Peace. Love a good cave, so I was excited for this. I found out early on that I might be too tall for this cave, but that's okay, because I'm also too tall for most human doorways.
What the hell?
We ended up in this weird audio-visual display area, and at first I thought that this was all that there was to the cave, but then we found another pathway, and there was so much more to this cave. It was dark, it was wet, it was mysterious, and at the end of the pathway, we ascended a grand rickety staircase to exit.
And that was the cave. The cool cave. I'm sweating now.
Next on the docket, we visited this waterfall.
Waterfall. Yay!
Love me a good waterfall. And then we headed to the Orion Beer Factory. I wasn't able to get much footage of this part of the visit since it wasn't allowed, but Orion Beer is a beer made in Okinawa. So we were having a good time essentially deifying this beer on our entire trip.
Every third person here is wearing this shirt or this beer.
So it was a good stop. It made sense. Next up was our final stop for the day. Aquariums in the world to house their very own whale shark. Look at the size of this fucking thing. It's massive. I mean, the main tank itself is massive, but watching this thing swim by was like seeing an alien or something. It was awesome. Also, a fun fact about this whale shark, its name is Jinta, and it holds the record for the longest time a whale shark has existed in captivity, being at this aquarium since 1995. We even got to see a schlatt shark. God, it looks just like schlatt. And then finally, we went to see the Okinawa Aquarium Dolphin Show. Look at these dolphins. They're doing flips. They follow commands. They're very talented.
I didn't know that was allowed. The dolphins doing that. I didn't know that.
I was very impressed with these dolphins. I might try to hire one as an attorney.
That was really cool.
Good morning. It's like 8:30 in the morning, and at the hotel that we're staying at, they gave us these robes, so I had to put them on. This is our second to last day in Okinawa, and then tomorrow Schlatt goes home, and then I think I'm going to Kyoto. I don't really have a plan right now.
So yeah, for the rest of the time in Okinawa, we did a little bit of shopping off camera, went and explored, and we ended up driving back to Naha that day where we had one final dinner with Schlatt. We went out and got ice cream, Blue Seal, that's Schlatt's favorite. And yeah, the next morning Schlatt would be flying out early, so we said our goodbyes that night.
Femi Chiki. Who's behind me?
Stink good, boy.
And it was time for me to begin my semi-solo travel experience on the mainland. So the next morning we headed as a group for the airport in Naha. Once I was on the plane, I was terrified by the depiction of cartoons running away from a plane on the safety brief. That was crazy. And I began my journey from Okinawa to Kyoto. Funny enough, despite being in Japan for almost a week, this was my first time witnessing the public transit system they had in Japan. And despite not knowing a lick of Japanese, I was surprised to find that I actually wasn't taking the wrong trains.
Good morning. I'm in Kyoto now. I didn't even film anything yesterday. I don't know how to vlog.
about Japan is that green tea makes you hot. I want this. Green tea acquired. Let's see if it makes me hot. It worked. I think the biggest issue is that I just made a faux pas. I'm realizing after I just did that bit, I made a faux pas, and then I was carrying around the drink and I was drinking it, and I was like, I screwed up again, because you're not supposed to drink while you're walking, and I guess it's just an American thing or something. I basically just walked around the immediate area near my hotel. I went to a fragrance store. I bought a scent called Cowboy because I thought it was funny. I'm back out on the street. I like rotted in my hotel room for like 2.5 hours. And then I was like, what in the world is wrong with me? And then I got up. I mean, it's dark now. The hotel that I'm in is like a traditional Japanese hotel. So you take your shoes off at the lobby. So I'm like sliding around. I loved it. But that night, I had an incredible experience when I went to search for my first ever ramen. I headed to an area of Kyoto that was apparently known for having a lot of quality ramen shops. And I happened upon this one shop that looked pretty dingy, but I know ball. And I saw people were lining up, so I did too. After a while, I kept exchanging glances with this Japanese guy that was standing behind me. And at a certain point, I just started up a conversation with him. It seemed like he wanted to talk, and I did too. So we started to get to know each other through a mix of his English speaking skills and using the conversation function on Google Translate. Basically, his name was Kato. He was visiting Kyoto from Tokyo, and he happened to come to this ramen shop because I guess a local influencer had recommended it as being a good ramen place. So we just kept chatting for a while, and then eventually when we got into the ramen shop, we sat next to each other, and it was cool. Despite the language barrier, I made a friend. Hey, this is me and Kato.
Yes,
we just had ramen, and it was really good. Kato's from Tokyo. He's very cool. We had a great time. Anything you want to say to the world?
Everyone come to Japan.
Everyone come to Japan.
Yeah.
I fucking love Kato, man. He is my dog. And the ramen at the shop was phenomenal. It was thick, juicy, tasty. I had a great time. By far, one of the cooler experiences I had in my solo travel experiences, just making a friend, despite a language barrier. Day 8 was the day I would check out of my hotel in Kyoto and head to Osaka. But honestly, one of the best solo travel tips is that you can leave your bags at the front desk even after you check out of the hotel. I know that most people probably know this, but it's great because you can explore the place that you're in without having to worry about being tethered to your luggage. So I did another half day of exploring Kyoto. This involved a lot of walking around, but the main final event in Kyoto was heading to this knife store that was recommended to me by my friend Andrew McCann. And I was even able to have my name inscribed in the knife in Japanese, Theodore, or as it said in Japanese, Seodoa.
Oh yeah. I bought a kitchen knife and a bread knife because I needed a bread knife.
Then it was time to head to Osaka.
This is crazy, but I want to see what it's like to go on the highways in mainland Japan, so I'm taking an Uber to Osaka.
Now, I thought that in Ubering to Osaka, I would have an opportunity to take a bunch of great footage of traveling across the country of Japan in my Uber. But what I didn't realize is that Japan's highways are incredibly insulated. I guess that's how I describe it. Let me give you an example. Ah, wow, the beautiful countryside of Japan. Oh, okay, there's a barrier there. I can't see anything. Like the whole time, they've got these NASCAR level barriers on every side of the highway. What's going on here? I couldn't see anything. It was bullshit. How dangerous are the drivers here that they need to have this system?
I'm in Osaka now.
Anyways, for my one night in Osaka, I walked around these incredibly dense shopping areas. They had massive sculptures advertising their businesses. They were kind of freaking me out a little bit, I'll be honest. I think I was getting a little bit overstimulated. I went and bought some reusable film cameras and some extra disposables. And for dinner, I decided to go to a ramen/wagyu restaurant. I think this was a little more touristy than my first ramen experience, but hey, it was still fun.
Wow.
Day 9 was the day I would head from Osaka to Tokyo on the bullet train. But first, I had to get some breakfast. 7-Eleven time, baby.
Good morning. This is a potato and beef croquette. I'm honestly maybe just not a big of a fan of potato. I mean, it's filling me up, it's giving me nourishment, so that's good. What else we got here? Just little tiny strawberries. Just for fun. Strawberry. Yeah, dude, tastes like a strawberry. I think I might be slightly allergic to strawberries because whenever I eat a strawberry, it gives me like this feeling of like dread. Is that crazy? That's probably crazy. So we've also got chicken, beef, pork, cutlet, egg, and cabbage. Behold, yum. Oh, it's phenomenal. Oh man, I
divine.
So I headed off to the train station to grab my train to Tokyo. Like everything related to public transit in Japan, it was surprisingly easy to just grab a ticket for the train. So I hopped right on the Shinkansen and I began my journey to meet back up with Chad in Tokyo. What's cool about the bullet train is that you know it's going fast, but you really can't feel the speed other than visually seeing how fast the train is going. And it's wild to think that I made this journey in 3 hours. Like I checked how long it would take me to drive this distance to Tokyo. It would have been like 8 hours. Although one interesting hiccup on the journey was when I was almost in Tokyo and then the train stopped completely. And I mean the power like shut off in the train. The train was off. At first I thought we were at a station or something, but then an announcement started going for a really long time in Japanese, and I realized what they were saying was that there was an earthquake going on. Specifically, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake had just happened.
Thankfully, I got most of the way before there was an earthquake. I don't know what happens next. Do we just sit here? I can also tell from my iPhone thing that I'm currently sitting on like a 45-degree angle. Oh! We're back in action, baby.
Crazy enough though, I was only delayed by 16 minutes and they were apologizing over the loudspeaker for that delay. But I made it to Tokyo, specifically the Shibuya area. I walked with my luggage a kilometer and I finally made it to Chad, who had also met up with Mr. Anime Man. We walked around Shibuya that night, went to the Pokemon Center, checked out the Nintendo store, and I finished the night attempting to win one of these Japanese scam games.
All right, here we go. And then I guess casual as fuck. No problem at all. Yeah, grab that shit. Come on. We continue it with another attack on the Luffy thing. Yeah.
The last thing they're gonna try to throw. I don't know if I did anything.
I didn't win the One Piece figure, but I did lose like $40.
I'm in Tokyo now.
You've been here for fucking 2 days.
I know. I'm in Tokyo now with Chad and Happy Basic. We're gonna go get ramen. This is their last day here. I've got like 3 more full days. This is their last day, so we're gonna have a good time. But we're hungry, but we need ramen, so.
We're gonna get beers.
And biru.
So we walked around this very anime-centric area of Tokyo. I believe it's called Akibara. And then that night, we met up with even more Australians who happened to be in town. We strangely went and drank at an Irish pub. We're splitting the G's. We're just having a good night in general.
We got yelled at in the bar because we were too loud. And I think they all thought that we were American, but I was the only one.
We later on went to this area called Golden Guy, which has a bunch of really tiny, tightly packed bars, and we had a great time there. It was a really good night. The next 2 days I didn't film too much, so I'll combine them together. But Chad left me on day 11, so I was once again alone on this journey.
It's raining today, and I think it's gonna rain for the rest of the time I'm here. I bought my return flight. I'm officially leaving on the 26th. I have no idea how much I'm gonna film, but also this is where I'm staying. I'm staying right next to this big old spire.
It was raining in Tokyo, and what I noticed is that everyone carries an umbrella, unlike somewhere like New York City, where you've got about 60% of the people just eating the downpour. I went to my first yakitori, yummy! And the next day before he flew out of town, I met up with Cray because a local had recommended a particular ramen spot, so we tried ramen there. This ramen was really good. The local was comparing it to being better than Ichiran, which is a very popular ramen spot. And to be honest, at a certain point with tonkatsu ramen, I can't really tell if it's better or not, but I certainly enjoyed myself. And you know what? That night, I'm going back to Ichiran because I'm a goddamn ramen fiend at this point, people. On my last full day in Japan, I met up with Mr. Jacob Alfarad, and our plan was to check out Tokyo Tower. We first had food at one of Jacob's favorite food spots in Tokyo that he had discovered right by the tower. We got ramen there, but his favorite thing was specifically the fried rice here. Then we headed up to Tokyo Tower. I'm not really sure what separates this from the Eiffel Tower. I think this was just Japan's way of saying that they can do it too. And we eventually decided that we would climb all of the stairs to the top. Over time, as we climbed, we realized 2 things. One, it was for sure a mistake to climb this tower at the level of fitness that we were both at, because we were both getting exhausted. And 2, the Tokyo Tower has a pair of butt plugs as their mascots.
What do you think about the little butt plug mascot?
I was gonna say it is kind of like a butt plug, isn't it?
It just is.
It's just like literally its X shape. Why are you thinking about that?
How can you look at that?
They don't look representative of the tower in any way. They're just anthropomorphic butt plugs.
One of them is wearing sunglasses and is hurt. A little bit of a rough session. Maybe.
I mean, that's the cooler butt plug, so.
No wonder.
Yeah, no, that's the one that's experienced. The other one's just about to enter the business. And like, yeah, the view was great. We got to see all of Tokyo. We made it to the top. Awesome. These damn mascots, man. What was their deal? They even had lore. These guys were born in 1998, but canonically 10 years old. That's such a confusing piece of information. Anyways, we got little pennies to remember the butt plugs by. And I said my goodbyes to Jacob. I explored Tokyo by myself a little bit for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow was my final day in Japan. All right, today is the final day. I'm flying out of Tokyo today. This was an excellent trip. I had a good time. Probably said this a million times in this video. I don't know how to do a travel vlog, but I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. Let me know if you want to see more Japan vlogs in the future. So yeah, I headed to the airport. Really just in general, so grateful to be able to have gone on such a cool trip on such short notice. I could see myself going back to Japan in the fall, since it was a lot I didn't really get to see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my first ever like formal vlog on the second channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how to improve these. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. About it, that Times Square one was kind of cool. I mean, no, that can't be right. There were no animatronics, no safari fries. Is it possible that Margarita? Well, whatever, let's get out of here. Goodbye, giant flip-flops. See you never again. It was time to hit the road. From New York City, we'd be driving all the way up to Syracuse, New York for another Margaritaville. And during a stop, I noticed that something was happening to my facial hair. Not sure what that's about, but before we reached Syracuse, we would meet up with a special friend along the way. My best friend, Tucker Keene.
Eddie. Hey man, we go so way back, you know? Great to see you. It's just, it's very sorry. Yeah, I know.
Fucking asshole. For the rest of our drive to Syracuse, I actually rode with Tucker. See ya, Eddie.
Should I show them the condition in which your car is?
Wait, am I just nuts?
You're in.
You know, it'd be funny if Eddie and I got into a car accident. That would be funny. And on your video, you could be like, Eddie fucking rear-ended us. It was such his fault. And
Eventually, we arrived in Syracuse at the Destiny Mall. This was a really large mall, like one of those crazy Mall of America type sized ones. And it actually was the first time that we would go to a Margaritaville in a mall. I didn't know they did that. I thought that was Rainforest Cafe's thing. This was one of the more depressing Margaritavilles we had been to. The blender at the front was in pieces. Tucker started investigating inside it. And when we sat down, half of the restaurant did not have people in it. And it was Saturday. Another margarita down the hatch, and the food was alright. It's probably one of the lower ranked Margaritavilles if I had to choose. But that wasn't the only location we'd be going to today. So we waved goodbye to Tucker and his wonderful wife Emma. See you later. And began our drive to the one and only Canadian Margaritaville in Niagara, Ontario. All we had to do was just get through Border Patrol, and we did on the first try. We've gotten better at crossing the border. Obviously, Niagara is where one of the best Rainforest cafes is located, so I changed into an outfit to try to convince Eddie to let us go.
all right, Eddie, I'm ready.
Ted, we're going to the Margaritaville.
We can't even go just once? So without stopping at the Rainforest Cafe, we headed to Canada's Margaritaville. What I didn't know was how much this location would affect me. We got sat down right next to a giant projector, which was playing more Jimmy Buffett propaganda. And normally I'd be frustrated with this, but then something shocking caught my eye. Who are you? I was blessed with a vision of a pirate mascot in this location wearing a Margaritaville shirt. What was the meaning of this? Did Margaritaville have a mascot and I didn't know? And was I falling in love with this mascot? No, that's ridiculous. There's no way I was falling in love with this pirate mascot. That's crazy. I didn't know how to process these feelings I was having, and before I had a chance to try, another volcano alert, but this time, a giant animatronic bottle of tequila comes out of nowhere and begins pouring tequila into the giant Margaritaville blender. They have animatronics too? Wait, what's going on? The menu was special as well. I got a spicy margarita and it was really good. We got poutine as well and it was delicious. I could feel something stirring inside me, something I hadn't felt in a while. Was it possible? And as we exited this Canadian Margaritaville, I began to peruse the gift shop and I saw this. A giant Niagara Falls Margaritaville glass. I must resist. Sorry, got a little excited there. We finished the night by enjoying a fireworks show over Niagara Falls, and man, Canada, you have done something to me for sure. Tomorrow we begin our journey west for our final 5 Margaritavilles.
next stop on this trip was in Cleveland, Ohio. And while this Margaritaville was admittedly not in the prettiest location, something about these margaritas was tasting better, I think. The food was tasty, and I left there with a smile on my face. This is weird. I'm gonna have to see a therapist after this because I don't know what's happening to me. After Cleveland, we drove 350 miles to just outside Chicago, Illinois, where that night we'd crash at Eddie's mom's place, because tomorrow we'd be heading into the city. As we commuted into Chicago, these feelings I was having were not going away. Was I going through a metamorphosis too? Something still was stirring inside my soul, but I hadn't figured it out yet. When we got into Chicago, we met up with Eddie's cooler and more charming and sexier brother Tony. Eddie, this isn't for you. And we also were joined by the illustrious Danny Gonzalez, who seemed very ready to go to Margaritaville. This location had the vibes of an old Chicago bar and grill. Danny and Tony seemed to be having a good time, and again, so was I. The margaritas were good, and I ordered more fried food. Eddie seemed to be having like a stomachache or something, but I'm sure he'll come back around. Although Danny got a little bit worried when the volcano alert came on the TV.
Is that real? Laura, get in the basement. Get the dogs and get in the basement. Just go! Oh, never mind. No, it's just a goof.
And they started playing Margaritaville. That song isn't so bad. So we left that restaurant, and surprisingly, I was feeling pretty good. So we headed to the Bean.
Don't touch the bean. I promise you don't touch the bean.
Said our goodbyes to Tony and Danny, and prepared to head to our next Margaritaville because we weren't finished yet.
I love the summer rain coming down on everyone.
On day 20, we departed Chicago and began our drive to Bloomington, Minnesota for our third to last Margaritaville. My feelings on this restaurant were as cluttered as ever, and this became even more apparent as we reflected on the trip thus far.
Man, especially because this trip is longer, I am really getting tired of these, man. Just kind of glad, that we can enjoy being a little miserable with somebody, to not be alone in that.
I don't know, man. I mean, I was initially really against him and kind of suspicious of Jimmy, but things have happened, and
What do you mean things have happened?
I don't mind it as much.
Are you not tired of drinking sweet cocktails almost every day?
Well, they've got fun names.
If I handed you a vial with a skull and crossbones on, and I said, drink this, it's called silly juice, you would taste it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it could be like a little...
And if I said, drink this is poison, what would you do? Are you thinking about it?
Well, I don't know.
Are you thinking about it? If I said drink this
Can you just
poison?
give me some time to think? Well, what if it's like a little character?
What do you mean?
Like, what if it's a little character, like a mascot that came up and said, hey, try this.
Try this poison.
I'd give it a thought.
That's not good, dude.
It's respectful to the character.
You don't need to respect somebody who's telling you to drink poison. God, dude, what? I don't understand what's going on up there.
We've only got 3 more to do. Maybe I'll figure it out by the time we do those last ones. But what we're at 43 minutes. What time is it?
It's 5.
It's 5?
5 o'clock right now.
Okay.
Are you good to drive?
Yeah, no.
That's a little bit weird. So we finished our drive, arriving at the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota at 5 o'clock. And after a little bit of searching, we finally made it to the Margaritaville at 5 o'clock. What we didn't expect was for this Margaritaville to be across the hall from the Rainforest Cafe. You can see it in the background of my last video. We had been standing right across from this restaurant a year before, completely unaware we'd be returning here to go to the same spot to go to the restaurant across the hall. Entering this Margaritaville, my conflicted feelings were reaching their breaking point. I was enjoying myself. How could this be possible without the attributes of the Rainforest Cafe? I began to consume, and this food was tasting so good. I was enjoying myself. The environment was wonderful and tropical and stupid, too. Another margarita at this hour? But what time is it? 5 o'clock? No, that can't be right. It was just 5 o'clock. It was just 5 o'clock. Oh God, I'm realizing it now. It's not just 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh God, it's 5 o'clock everywhere. What's happening to me? What a stupid phrase. It just justifies drinking at inappropriate time. Just say that you want to drink at 12:30 in the afternoon. This place is so silly, so ridiculous. How could something like it exist? I reached for my final semblance of sanity, the cheeseburger in paradise, and the question still rattled in my mind as loud as a crashing wave. What is Margaritaville? Oh my God. Oh my God. I figured it out. I think I figured it out. I had been wandering in the dark. It was with me this whole time. It had been this whole trip. I can't believe I didn't see it before. I had been so blind to reality. The theme, it was all around me. In the air, in the sky, in this kooky character. Hell, even in this roller coaster. It was all so clear to me now. I finally understood what I actually like about themed restaurants. I finally understood why I loved the Rainforest Cafe. And as a result, why I think I love Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville too. It wasn't about animatronics or safari fries or gorillas at all. A themed restaurant was so much more and yet so simple. It just had to be stupid. And it was so stupid. And so I realized Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville was a themed restaurant, at least by my definition. I could finally truly enjoy this restaurant just like I could the Rainforest Cafe. And lucky for me, well, we still had 2 more. On day 21, we began our 690-mile drive from Bloomington to Tulsa, Oklahoma. This was a long drive, but the joy I was feeling for my second favorite themed restaurant, Margaritaville, powered me through it. Eventually, we'd reach Margaritaville number 21 at the River Spirit Casino in Tulsa. And this is also where we'd see our very first Margaritaville Casino, which basically means island-themed gambling and quotes on the walls encouraging that mindset. I'm gonna conveniently ignore this portion of the language we're using here around gambling, Jimmy, because I think we're on the same page for once, and I don't want to ruin this thing we got going on, okay? This Margaritaville would be our final fancy Margaritaville. Everything we ate here tasted good. And you know I'm getting the poke nachos again. Yummy yum yum in my tummy tum tum. That's what I say, that's what I've always said. We were graced with another volcano alert, in which this time the margarita would come out of the volcano and waterfall into the giant blender. Probably a lot of minerals in that margarita. But despite the dinner and a show we were receiving from Margaritaville today, Eddie was not showing the same enthusiasm for Margaritaville anymore. So the next day, I decided to kindly and maturely speak to him about it. So Eddie, when are you going to change your name?
What?
When are you going to change your name?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought, based on the way you're acting, maybe you'd be changing your name to Mr. Hates Fun, and last name Margaritaville.
What, I hate fun for just being a little bit exhausted? I don't understand what...
I don't know, you tell me, man. I got to where you were at. I was suspicious of Jimmy. And then I opened up my heart to the margaritas, and now all of a sudden you start hating the Margaritavilles? What's the deal, man?
So, I just want to start off, I don't think whatever place you're in is where I was at all during the trip. To be honest, honestly, I want to ask you weren't enjoying it when we had like good locations or when we started it, when we were just kind of having a couple of drinks.
I just didn't get it.
I just don't understand how we go to more and more of these restaurants and you like it more, and to be honest, you get weird.
What do you mean I get weird?
All I would need to do is hold up a mirror to you saying that.
Well, unfortunately for you, there's no mirrors in cars, Eddie. Jesus. I just don't understand why we can't be on the same page, okay? We go on the entire trip where we go to Rainforest Cafe, you hate it, you're miserable the whole time, and then we go on this Margaritaville trip, you're loving it, I don't know what's going on, but then I start to like it, and I'm seeing maybe the magic is in the sauce, maybe Jimmy has something going on. I thought that maybe we'd understand ourselves for once, but now, so I ask you, Eddie, why can we not get on the same?
Because it's who we are, Ted!
Oh?
It's who we are! We're different people. Okay? You would eat at a restaurant that would give you food poisoning multiple times if there was just a little animatronic to keep you company. Okay? And I like to complain about things sometimes. Alright, is that so bad? It's who we are.
Well, then I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
You don't have to say it twice. I said yeah. You said it a third time. Fuck.
Was it true? Were Eddie and I destined to never be on the same page about these restaurants? I racked my brain, trying to think of a way to bring him back to the light. There was only one location left, so I had to think fast. And that's when I realized there was still a chance to save him. The last possible thing that could get Eddie on my side once again. Margaritaville's homemade key lime pie. A dessert infused with the soul of the original Margaritaville in Key West. It was the only thing I could do to bring the spirit of Jimmy Buffett back to young Burbach's heart. And what a perfect place for our final Margaritaville. Las Vegas, where the seeds were sown for this entire trip. I was ready to implement my plan and bring Eddie back onto my side. However, it seemed like Eddie had done some soul searching as well, because he had a surprise for me.
Stand right there. Ted, we are headed to the final Margaritaville, but what do you say we make one pit stop first? Do you want to go to the Rainforest Cafe and get one drink?
Yeah, I do.
That's right. Before our final Margaritaville, Eddie and I were going back one final time to the Rainforest Cafe. And it was so beautiful. Hello, giant pillar of giant fruit. Hello, animatronic gorilla. Hello, Tracy Tree, you weirdo. Hello, fake starry rainforest sky. And hello, thunderstorms. Oh my god, I miss the thunderstorms. It was beautiful, and we appropriately got Cheetoritas, and they were so bad, but so good at the same time. I could feel Eddie and I coming together again, even if it wasn't in the way that I thought we would. So we said our goodbyes to Rainforest Cafe and kept going, because we had one final stop to make, our final Margaritaville. So we entered that restaurant. We sat once again in a boat design booth. We raised our margaritas in celebration, and there it was, in all its glory, a key lime pie. And with one single bite of that tropically infused dessert, we realized what we had done. Oh yeah, we did. We had done it again. Every Margaritaville in the United States and Canada. Through the trials and tribulations, the rainforests and the beaches. We had traveled across an entire continent twice just to go to some themed restaurants. We completed 2 road trips for the stupidest reason ever. And you know, despite our differences, we had done it together.
Amore, adesso vieni qui, tra le mie braccia voglio stringerti così e amarti per l'eternità. Con I baci miei io ti darò tutto l'amore che ora ho, perché sei solo tu, l'amore mio.
All right, guys, here we are at the Colorado River.
What the hell?
Where's the river?
Ted, it's just a freaking canyon.
So Joshua and his army caused the Amalekites to retreat, and Joshua and his army just running after them with their hands up in the air. That's like power level 70. And that's a lot. And yeah, Joshua and his army win the battle. They fucked them up. God begins talking to Moses about creating the promised land. And the whole time that God is talking to him, Moses is just...
Though the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation.
He's in another world. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if he took like 2 of his old person pills instead of 1 this morning or something, but I think he's high.
Though the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests.
Then a little bit later, God just straight up shows up as a lightning cloud and just says all of his rules to everyone.
I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol in the form of anything on earth or in heaven.
I didn't realize that the Old Testament was this on the nose. This is an interesting directing choice on the part of Jim Lyon, but at this point in the film, he starts inserting walrus people into the mix of characters. So I think that somewhere along the line, Jim Lyon was like, walrus people would add an extra layer that is missing from this film. And I agree with him. I think that there was an underrepresentation of walruses in this movie up until this point. So I think stylistically and just in terms of walrus representation, this was a really good move. I give that a rating of 5 pogging Moseses and 1 angry Pharaoh. Moses tells Joshua to follow him up the mountain just to figure out what this God guy wants to say. But like halfway up the mountain, Moses just turns around and he's like,
"Wait here until I return."
And then he leaves Joshua there for 40 days. I guess normally in the context of the Bible, there's this whole thing where Moses and Joshua both like fast for 40 days. Also, I hate to bring our buddy Chris into this, but he's pretty much the source of every problem in this film. I think that we're implying that Chris thought it was a good idea to have Joshua wait there by himself for 40 days. So Joshua's kind of like in a dream, right? But he experiences that 40 days. So this has more of the energy of like a Black Mirror episode where this malevolent ghost is forcing someone to live out this messed up dream. So Moses receives the 10 Commandments, and I love the way that Jim Lyon shows this. God basically just becomes one of those laser cutters that you see on TikTok. I don't know what else to refer to this to. God is using laser cutting on the rock. So Moses has got the tablets, they head back down the mountain, and they start to hear singing from the freed slaves.
It is not the sound of victory or of defeat that I hear. It is the sound of singing.
That is the worst singing I have ever heard in the background of anything ever. It is just someone singing la 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 over and over again. However, what Moses does see freaks him the freak out.
No! No!
That has got to be the most heart that I have heard in any of the lines of this film. That is gut-wrenching.
No!
Yes. Moses is freaking out because he finds out that the Jews are worshiping this golden calf, which is a big no-no because God clearly said no idols. Have you ever been to vacation Bible school? You should know this. I gotta say, I find it funny, after being spoken to by a lightning cloud, seeing the entire sea part, walking across the seabed, and then seeing it swallow up your enemies, and then defeating an entire army you were outnumbered by. It only takes them 40 days to start being like, I think that God is a golden calf. Let's worship it. I have to say, if things didn't seem unhinged in this story from the Bible or this movie's depiction of it, they begin to get unhinged just about now. Moses destroys the golden calf. He then mixes it with water and forces everybody to drink it. That's not Jim Lyon taking creative liberties. That is just straight up something they say happens in the Bible. And I'm glad that the only thing after this was Moses just going and getting new tablets and then asking for God to forgive those folks, because that's not what happens in the Bible, because I looked it up. In the actual biblical story, Moses gathers all of the guys that didn't worship the calf, and then he has them slaughter everyone by mass execution. I'm not joking. I don't know if Joshua would necessarily be on board if Chris included that part of the story. So they reach the promised land. Fuck yeah. And Joshua goes in as a spy to check out this city of Jericho that had people in the land that God had promised Moses. Conveniently, I must say, every single one of these people in this city are depicted as red devils. If you can't get more obvious than that, they are not the good guys, I guess. And there's this ceremony where they're sacrificing a baby, I think. I honestly can't tell because there's this insane screeching in the background. So Joshua returns to the camp and he's feeling pretty bad because he obviously doesn't want to kick all of these people out of this city because they live there.
I'm not a genius, you know, but even I can tell something's wrong.
Well, yeah, Chris, you made a child participate in a war, the killings of hundreds of people, and then you had him stand next to Moses as he broke down a statue and forced people to drink it like a deranged psychopath. He's building up a sizable portfolio of trauma, and it is entirely your fault, Chris. So Joshua presents this problem to Chris about them not being able to move into the promised land unless they get rid of these people. And this is where kind of the fucked up part happens, where Chris is like,
Josh, when you were scouting Jericho, did you see anything weird?
What do you mean?
Like evil, bad.
They killed a baby.
Ritual sacrifice. Don't you see? These people are doing things detestable to God.
We gotta get rid of these people because they're breaking laws that they wouldn't have even known about because the laws were written last week.
The point is, they're breaking all 10 commandments and God has decreed they've got to go.
Well, I guess if you put it that way.
Good man.
I don't know if this is clear to you guys at this point, but Chris is literally gaslighting a child into performing genocide now. I knew something was wrong with him at the beginning, so, you know. So the people in charge, including Moses, say that they have to go fight the people that live in Jericho. And the rest of the community, they're not so sure that they can beat him. So their first idea is to get angry and then start saying,
Stone him! Stone him! Stone him! Stone him!
So what the film says is that God made them wander the desert for 40 years like an asshole. Because apparently...
Because they were afraid to do the right thing.
Which I could only assume would be kicking all of those people out of their land. And I also assume probably killing them. There's also this one clip where God is punishing some of them by literally opening up a hole in the earth and just letting them fall in. I gotta say, God's decision making, it is getting questionable by the minute. And if you don't believe me, even Moses was condemned to die in the desert when he didn't complete a game of Simon Says with God.
He was angry and he hit this rock with his staff twice. God had told him to call forth water from the rock with his voice, not to hit it with his staff. So even Moses is condemned to die in the desert.
Moses is then like forced to look upon the land that he's never allowed to enter, and then hands the mantle over to Joshua, the child, by the way. The child now has the mantle of being a prophet of God, which is 40 years later, they cross into the promised land. I'm very curious if Joshua has been experiencing this time flow in real time. Like, has Joshua just gone through 40 years of his life within a dream? Because if he has, that is, oh my God, that is terrible. The kid's going to come out of this dream and he's going to have the mind of a 47-year-old. That's kind of messed up. At this point, Joshua is just straight up indoctrinated. He has become Joshua from the Bible, speaking in Bible talk.
3 days from now, you will cross the Jordan here to go in and take possession of the land the Lord your God has given you as your own.
Also, the narrator just like kind of enters the movie.
That's my cue. I'll see you in a minute.
As a holy angel from God's army. Don't know what that's about.
What message does my Lord have for his servant?
The place where you are standing is holy.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the grand finale of this film. So in order to take down this city of Jericho, the plan was for them to go around the city 6 times, and then on the 7th day, they stop. And then all of the people in Jericho just start laughing at them. Which in most stories is usually a bad sign when you're the bad guy. Although they don't know that they're the bad guy, they just live there. And it is at this point, ladies and gentlemen, that the most insane moment happens in any terrible movie that I have ever seen in my entire life. Massive fucking angels with smashing hammers, mind you, start destroying the walls of the city. It is absolute brutality. Just goddamn scorched earth. Nothing is left alive. Women and children, gone, killed. Old people, fuck them, they're gone. They're smashed under the hammer of God. The only thing that would make this funnier is if Joshua turns to the camera and just threw up a thumbs up as this city is getting wiped off the face of the planet. And then after the city is just positively obliterated, a rock turns into a devil head that just growls and then flies away. When I originally watched this, I didn't even have enough time to figure out what that was. I think it's the devil. So I guess they're saying everyone in this city was the devil, which is kind of fucked up because there's children in this city. And then after they've just destroyed this entire city, Chris is like, okay, time to go home.
So, are you ready to wake up?
I thought I was dreaming.
So then Chris takes him through a portal, but then the devil head follows them through the portal. And then Joshua, in his room, has to fight the fiery devil head because I guess it followed him outside of the dimension of the dream. He defeats the devil with like a wooden fucking prop sword, and it turns back to a rock, and then Thanos snaps away. So Joshua's out of his dream, right? And it's basically like he's just taking a nap. He goes downstairs to have dinner with his parents, and they are still arguing.
Please stop.
I don't care about Grace right now. I'm hungry.
I'm sick of this. First it's the car, now it's dinner.
Wine.
But then the moment that Joshua sits down, without saying a word, his family apologizes for no reason.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, honey.
I forgive you.
Darling,
Yes, dear.
I'm sorry I yelled at you. I'll try to spend some more time with you. With both of you.
He didn't say anything about God. He didn't say anything about forgiveness and Moses and Jesus and Joseph. They were literally just arguing before Joshua came in. And then they just decided, we're sorry. And then the movie ends, and then that's it. Jim Lyon, you are the Prince of Peace. How dare you make such an atrociously wonderful film, you goddamn genius. But you know, Joshua's terrible father would have had an easier time purchasing parts for his car if he had Current, the future of mobile banking and the sponsor of this video. Listen, a problem that I know as a 24-year-old YouTuber that has little to no life skills is that finances are a confusing and overcomplicated process, and they hurt my little brain. Luckily for me and you, though, there's Current, which helps you save, spend, and manage your money better and securely. If you're unaware of what Current is, it's basically the banking of the future. It's entirely controlled through your phone, your mobile device, your doodad. You get a Current card that's just like this, and you can spend your money buying ridiculous things. For instance, when I went to buy frames to put these ridiculous, obscure cereal art in, such as the unicorn cereal, you guys should remember this. And there's more. Current and I are giving away $5,000. Just use my code TED when you sign up and we'll be giving away $500 to 10 random people. Just go to the link in the description, use the code TED, and you're ready to rock. Thanks to Current for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Whenever that is. Goodbye.
Hey, it's the second channel. What's up, guys? Like 2 days ago, Schlatt asked me if I wanted to go to Japan, and like a crazy person, I said yes. And that flight leaves in 3 hours, and I'm so bad at it. Basically, I'm going to Japan on a whim. It's 9:19 right now. LAX is an hour away. I have like 10 minutes before I have to leave for this. I'm gonna pack, and then let's see if I make it.
I made it. So I started off by taking my 14-hour flight to Taiwan, where I had a quick little layover. And then after that, I had my final flight from Taiwan to Okinawa.
I've been flying for maybe about 150 years at this point, but I'm having a blast. Last second trip to Japan. Why not?
It was interesting on this flight because I'd never seen an airplane be so empty since like COVID. I guess not too many people are flying from Taiwan to Okinawa. It is sort of like a niche route, maybe. But after only 2 short hours, I began my descent into Okinawa and the beginning of my first ever trip to Japan. That's right. Can you believe it? Every influencer you follow on the internet has been to Japan at least once, but not me. Geez, Schlatt's been like 7 times, like literally 7 times, and I've never been. And I wasn't joking when I said I had barely a sliver of a plan. I'm landing in Okinawa without even a hotel book. That's how little preparation I have here. And what's better is I've been traveling on planes, Ubers, taxis, all the way across the world, and it doesn't appear like Schlatt was ready for me to show up. I found him.
I was in the bath.
Yeah, no, he was in. I travel halfway across the world. This guy's in the bath when I show up.
What do you expect me to be the one to roll out the red carpet?
No, that's all. So should we just? Is there like hotels up down?
They're everywhere.
Okay. Fortunately for me, it was unbelievably easy to get a cheap hotel in Naha, so I was finally able to sit down for once and reflect while Schlatt was off doing something.
I made it to Okinawa. I'm here chilling. I'm waiting for my hotel to be available so I can shower. This is gonna be like the greatest shower of my life, I think. I think this is gonna be the most satisfying shower because it is very muggy and humid out here. I didn't bring my VHS camera on this trip, but one of the main things I did bring is my green Fujifilm disposables that I buy in bulk. You might know that I take a lot of photos with these cameras from my work on my photo account on Instagram that if you're not following, you should totally follow. It's at ted.jpg. I'll be posting the photos that I take on this trip, and I'm excited for what this trip is gonna be. I don't know what else to say, really. I'm a commentary YouTuber. I don't know how to vlog.
And now, for my very first experience in Japan, the moment I've been waiting my entire life for, a Japanese 7-Eleven.
Hey guys, welcome. It's my first time in a Japanese convenience store, specifically 7-Eleven. I'm like giddy. It's connected to the hotel that I'm in. Goes straight into the elevator. Yeah, no, this is pretty fucking sick. I'm really excited about this. I mean, I haven't seen any of these things at my 7-Eleven. My 7-Eleven just has like a guy that yells at people.
I'll get you this.
Okay, what is it?
It's a onigiri.
Sumimasen. Where's that little chicken bit? That chicken.
That's at Family Mart. That's not a 7-Eleven.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll get to that. What do I want? Maybe cheese curry bread? That sounds good.
Are you in awe right now?
No, I mean, I'm giddy. I'm having such a good time right now with you. Thank you. What do you say?
Kanpai.
Kanpai. Bad.
To give you a rundown if you don't know, in Japan you've got like 3 main convenience store chains and they're all bangers. You've got 7-Eleven, which I visited, Lawson, which is also a banger and also randomly used to be a store originally in the US in the 20th century, and then through a bunch of sales and company jargon, there aren't any in the US anymore. But the last bastion of the Lawson brand name in the US from my surface level research is this chip dip. Lawson's French onion chip dip that you can get at Circle K stores and stuff. Pretty interesting. I'm getting off track. And finally, Family Mart, which is the home of the very famous convenience store food, the Fammy Chickie. What is this, you ask? It's a piece of fried chicken and apparently really good.
Guess what time it is? We're in a back alley. That's like, we gotta go in a back alley to eat the food. Okay, so this is the Chickie surprise. First time. Yeah. I'm famous here. Oh. Yeah. That's good. It's greasy.
I knew it would be good. It was so good. It's the most frustrating thing about Japan. Everywhere else in the world, if you say, oh, I'm craving convenience store food, they'll look at you like you're crazy.
And how late are these places open? 24/7. Shut the fuck up.
In Japan, you could live on convenience store food because they sell real food there and not just old roller dogs.
I'm just saying, like, excuse me. Excuse me. This is good. Wow.
After that, Schlatt got his first ever wrong side driving rental car.
That's driving.
Ted, you're the navigation. Am I going straight here?
Oh, shit.
And then we met up with Chad and How To Basic, and the Okinawa crew was complete. So we hit the streets of Okinawa, and Chad and I decided to run back our beer chugging challenge.
3, 2, 1. Oh, 10 fucking 1.
Dude, I swear I'm normally better at this. I literally tied with him on cold ones. You can look that up.
10. I fucked up.
On my first full day in Japan, we had a lot on the itinerary for the day. The first of which was to find a mysterious slide that we could allegedly go on.
So, Schlatt, where are we going today?
We're driving to a big slide. I wanted to go down a big slide.
This drive took longer than 10 minutes, though, so we were getting a little antsy.
Oi, mate. We're here for the fucking slide, mate. Oi, mate. Show me the slide. Show me the fucking slide. Show me the fucking slide. Oi, bitch. Show me the fucking slide!
So we began our walk towards the legendary slide. Okinawa is cool, and I think especially cool as my first foray into Japan because it's so tropical. So this walkthrough was absolutely beautiful. It was great.
Oh, I see the slide. Oh, what the heck? Oh my god.
Unfortunately, to our horror, we could not go down the slide.
They'd say it'll break if used by an adult, so I don't know if we can... I don't want to be there.
Chad didn't even bother.
It was a kids-only slide, a dastardly move by the country of Japan, depriving us of whimsy. But you know, when you're traveling in a foreign country like I am in this video, it's helpful to have something to keep track of your finances so you can make sure that you're staying within your budget. Which is why I am very excited today to be sponsored by Rocket Money. Not just because Rocket Money is a phenomenal budgeting app that allows you to securely link all of your finances in one place so you can monitor your financial health, but because I am an avid user of Rocket Money. And I have been since December of 2024. I have been using this product for a year and a half already, and I love it. Rocket Money has a ton of features that make it easier to manage your finances, especially for someone like me, who admittedly will impulsively spend a little bit more than I should. They have an excellent subscription management system that automatically tracks all of your subscriptions and shows them all on a single list. This was great for me early on because it made me realize that I was somehow still paying for the internet that was at my old apartment, so I made sure to cancel that. You can even cancel some subscriptions within the app with just a few taps. They've got some awesome tools for tracking your spending, where they'll automatically categorize transactions to help you see where your money is going, and you can create custom categories so you can personalize any expense that you're trying to keep track of. But one of my favorite features in the app they have in the dashboard is this comparative chart that shows you how much money you're spending this month compared to the month before. It's just a really good visual that personally I have found incredibly helpful in improving my spending habits month to month. Overall, Rocket Money is great. I really like the app, and it's free to download. You can also get a free premium trial when you sign up with my link. So go to rocketmoney.com/TedNivison or scan scan the QR code on screen or go to the link in the description of the video. Thanks for listening to the sponsor, guys, and let's get back to Japan.
Now we're going to like go shopping or something. What are we doing?
We're going to the American town where all the houses look like 50s American houses, and they've been retrofitted, and there's shops in them now. Surely not 2 duds in a row.
Surely not. Surely not.
Americantown was a bust. The houses didn't look like the 1950s houses. I mean, I guess they were close-ish to ranch-style houses, but is that all the requirement is? Anyways, A&W! That's right, Ted's in Japan, and we are heading straight from Americantown to A&W for lunch, baby. I'll be honest, there's not too many A&Ws in America that I know of or were ever close to me growing up. I was very aware of the root beer as a kid, but I never went into the brick-and-mortar restaurant.
I got a root beer float, but it's not nearly as full as the one that Schlatt got.
I don't think I've ever had one in my life.
What? But this spot was a pretty big tourist attraction. There was plenty of, I'm assuming, mainland tourists getting photos outside because they had this giant sign that was very cool. I took some disposable photos of it myself, and we continued on with our day. To transition to later, let's go back to something Chad said earlier today.
So you're saying 100% without a doubt you're not drinking tonight?
100% without a doubt not drinking tonight. You're gonna cut to me drinking.
Sushi place. Oh. Sushi place? We went to one of those revolving sushi places.
We're getting sushi.
We ate some food. It all came out on a conveyor belt. And I continue to discover about Japan that
the chicken here is really good.
But it's only day 2, and I'm having the time of my life.
Yup. Putting in a day's work.
Alrighty. It's day 3 or something. And we're headed. I actually don't know where we're going.
We're going to Hoshinoya, Okinawa. It's about an hour up that way in a little place called Yomitan, where I think the hotel's right next to a landfill. But that's where the land's cheap, baby.
We're hitting the road. We got a little Japanese road trip. Schlatt and Ted on the road.
I'm lost. I don't know where to go.
So we headed from Naha to Hoshinoya, Okinawa. Schlatt hadn't said too much about this hotel other than it was in the category of his fetish for absurdly fancy hotels, but I was not complaining because I was about to stay there for free. Once we got to Hoshinoya, we weren't able to check in yet. What it eventually transpired into was us being transported in a golf cart to an unknown location.
They told us to get into this car. Oh wow, we've been abducted. We've been abducted.
And with the concrete walls and stuff, it felt like we were in a villain's compound or something. But we met back up with Chad and How to Basic to head to our next adventure while we waited for the hotel, which, surprise, surprise,
American Town.
We flew possibly the furthest distance we could away from any of our home countries to come to America.
I don't know why we keep doing this, but quite literally another American-themed attraction we were headed to, which was the American Village.
This place is ridiculous.
Basically, this is a giant shopping area built on former U.S. military land in the 80s meant to stimulate the economy. It supposedly blends American culture with Okinawan charm, and they weren't lying, because as a guy from Massachusetts, it was crazy to see Fenway Park here.
Where? Oh!
Our first stop was getting the longest soft serve ice cream in the world at Long Soft Cream. Really good name.
You're good at that.
And this would begin a theme of getting ice cream on this trip, possibly at minimum twice a day. After that, we explored around the shops in the American Village. I met these bears.
He's so good at that. Ukulele.
And that one's just kind of there for the ride.
Yeah.
You know?
He's rooting them on.
That's the best. I'm so happy for what they have.
Hello.
And then for lunch, we had Okinawan-style tacos, which as a fan of weird foods was very exciting for me.
I feel myself drifting off. There we go.
When the tacos came out, they looked like they'd be really bad, like how Europeans make tacos. But I was surprised to learn that they basically just took some aspects of tacos and imbued it with a Japanese umami flavor that ended up being really good. To the point where I was getting seconds, and I don't know if I've ever done that at a restaurant before. We then headed back to check in at Hoshinoya, and we were brought to where we were staying, which ended up being a fucking villa. Schlatt is ridiculous with his hotels.
This is fucking fantasy funland. I could buy you. Can I get by you? You're taking up the whole fucking doorway. Hey, move that big fucking tush out of
there. Put my ass on camera.
This was maybe the most gorgeous hotel arrangement I've ever stayed at.
See that, Schlatt? It's kind of like we're sleeping together, Schlatt. You ever think about that? It's kind of like we're sleeping together, you know?
What are you talking?
Yeah, it's just kind of like we're sleeping together because there's like mega bed.
Are you a gay guy?
Hmm?
Are you a gay guy?
What?
Are you a gay guy?
It had a full kitchen. The floor was this really nice, like almost concrete surface, but it also felt good to walk on. I don't even know what it was. We had our own pool, and it was right by the ocean. And there was a pathway we could walk down to reach the beach. It was crazy.
Man, this place sucks.
After getting all settled into our villa, we headed to the restaurant they had for a nice little family dinner at sunset. This trip was genuinely so beautiful, and I'm genuinely thankful for Schlatt for letting me tag along because this is just a great time. And then we headed back to the villa to end the night. We hung out by the pool, and at a certain point by myself, I just went down to the beach and took this very pixelated video of the lighthouse in the distance. I was having a good time. Day 4 was our biggest day yet.
Where are we headed today, Schlatt?
Cave. Hell yeah. That's right, Okinawa's got their own cave system, and
Vinny, you stole my daughter's Minecraft account. Now you gotta pay. Here's what the family does to pieces of shit like you. Yeah!
Whoa. Let me just start off by saying that this entire video is sponsored by Universal Pictures for the new movie Nobody starring Bob Odenkirk that came out on March 26th. Which is crazy. In this video, I was challenged by Universal to recreate some scenes from this new movie, where I worked with a 30-year veteran stunt coordinator that actually worked on the film, and they gave me pretty much 30 days to figure out how I was gonna pull all of this together. This project was probably one of the most nerve-wracking and daunting projects that I have ever taken on with this channel. I mean, I went to film school. This is my degree, and this is Universal Pictures that's knocking on my door right now. You know, I mean, you get what I'm talking about. You best believe that I'm gonna welcome them in and put on a hot pot of coffee with a side of intense anxiety. God damn. So without further ado, follow me on my journey as I train to be a Hollywood action star in just about 30 days. Here we go. Okay, so the journey of being able to convincingly recreate a scene from this film Nobody began with being introduced to the stunt coordinator that worked on this film, Daniel Bernhardt. Daniel is pretty much as legit as they come when it comes to creating stunt scenes and just action films in general. One movie that he worked on that would be especially convincing to those of you who are not convinced would be goddamn John Wick. Dude, I mean, look at him go. He's right here in a fight scene in this new movie, and he gets to get his teeth knocked out by Bob Odenkirk himself. What a dream, right? These aren't some ho-dunk shenanigans that are going on here. I will actually be learning how to fight in a movie from the pros. And then suddenly they showed me a message that was directed to me from Bob Odenkirk himself.
Hey, Ted. Hey, so you went to film school, huh? Wow, that's great. So you think you can perform some movie magic and then that'll make you look like a badass? You might want to think again, buddy.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. This is when the entire goal of the video changed for me a little bit. Okay, sure, I want to make a quality action scene to fulfill the inner filmmaker demons that are constantly clawing to burst out of my chest like some sort of passion-based xenomorph. But I was told that Bob Odenkirk himself will be seeing this video, the big man. Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, apparently he was in How I Met Your Mother, but let me ask you this, Bob, have you met Ted? So my goals have now changed from impressing a transnational multimedia conglomerate to Bob Odenkirk himself, the individual. So Bob, come on, man. I'm doing this for you. You don't believe me? Check this out. Sweet old Bob. This one's for you. About several weeks later, after practicing some moves that Daniel had taught to me over Zoom, I was ready to meet up with Daniel in person. So after getting COVID tested, I headed to 87 North's training facility to train with Daniel and learn the ropes on being an action star.
All right, folks, here we are at 87 North with Mr. Daniel Bernhardt, the master stuntman from the stars. Some say that he came from space.
Sometimes I wonder myself if I'm coming from space.
From the mouth of the man himself. I'm here to learn.
That's really good. That was actually really good because he's actually extremely strong. In our world, everything is about turning your hip. Anytime you throw a punch, it's my hip that turns, right?
One could say the hips don't lie.
Exactly.
He's training me to be an action star. Daniel's training me to be an action star. I'm doing it for the glory of Bob Odenkirk. I'm doing it to impress goddamn Bob Odenkirk.
Good.
Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, I do this all the time. Me and my buddy Daniel, we get down to the gym too. Quick punches and hooks.
My favorite thing to do.
Very good. So this is what you're doing right now. You're doing this great. Now you're doing this. You're going up like that, right?
Yeah, I have trouble with that.
Now as he ducks, do this. Nice
Okay,
reaction.
here we go.
Do it one more
I'm
time.
so sorry. Give me back my Bionicle. Fuck you. That's my Nerds rope. I like Cool Ranch Doritos.
Weirdly enough, that was the best.
Really? So what Daniel and the rest of the guys were teaching me were the move sets for 2 action scenes that they wanted me to recreate from the film. The first one was a shortened version of the bus scene. This is a scene where Bob Odenkirk's character Hutch Mansell is fighting a bunch of ruffians in a bus, and it's just brutal. He just beats the crap out of them, and it's crazy.
We're gonna do our bus scene. Now obviously you don't have a bus at home, so you have to create this in your house.
Okay.
You know?
This is Ted right on the scene for the bus scene. Things are getting pretty crazy here. Dude's taking off his jacket. He's looking pretty buff. He is shredded and he's got a gun. That's never a good combination.
Super slow, super slow. Nice. Nice. Now, usually when we do this, like we know exactly what camera's gonna do. So let's say if camera's right there, I know I cannot punch here. I know I'm gonna punch here.
Right. Here's a question for you. What sort of stuff do you put in your hair? I put stuff in my hair and I'm sweating, but your hair, it's like...
It's an absolute secret, which I shared with Jeremy. It's called...
Are you sure it's not like Gorilla Glue? Very interesting to be in a place where I'm surrounded by 100% people that are far more athletic than me in practically every way.
But there's only one milkman.
That is so true.
There
Thank you
go.
for mentioning that.
There's only one
milkman.
Whoa. Stumble back. You come back. Turn the other way. It's easier for you.
You think so?
Because look, if you turn this way and then you have to punch that way, it's
Yeah,
not
it is
good.
a little goofy,
so
isn't it?
come back this way, then you can punch with your wrist.
Somebody stole my Cheez-Its.
I stole those Cheez-Its.
No!
Slow down, slow down,
Oh.
slow down. Yeah. Slow down,
You
slow down.
son of a...
Slow down. Nice.
Somebody stole my Minecraft account.
Who plays Minecraft anymore?
Actually, I do!
And then you've got the house invasion scene, which is a scene where a bunch of armed members of the Russian mob are invading Hutch's home, and he has to fight them off with stuff that he finds around his house.
We're moving on now from the bus scene to the indoor scene, so I'm gonna learn how to fight the guys with the guns. That should be pretty good. I'm exhausted.
The first hit to the face. Boom. Second, you hit the gun down. Super slow, slower, slower. He comes back. You knock the gun out of his hand to the face. Double hit to the face.
Wow. Hey, Vinny, you stole my daughter's Minecraft account. Now you gotta pay. Here's what family does to pieces of shit like you. Yeah! So I just finished my training session here at 87 North with all of these wonderful magical boys, Stuntmen Deluxe. We've got Mr. Daniel, Alec, Anthony, Dave, and Jeremy on the camera.
That's me!
So thank you guys so much. This was actually really, really cool. I had a fantastic time. So thank you guys so much. Boom.
So now that I had finished my training with Daniel, all of the pressure was on me to actually put this thing together. Luckily for me, Universal provided me with a care package of a bunch of things that would help me recreate the scene. Let's see what we got. A completely rubber AR-15. Like, this is the magazine for it. And it looks pretty damn realistic too. Bam! They also gave me a rubber Uzi and rubber pistol. They gave me 2 of these breakaway bats, a fake knife, and a rubber cast iron pan. Check this out. If you didn't know any better, you would definitely think that this is a pan. However, one of the problems was I had to be fighting the bad guys, so I couldn't also play the bad guys myself. What do I look like, Mr. Million Hands? Yeah, what do I look like I have 1 million hands? I had to assemble a team. And at this point, I pretty much had less than a week to throw this all together. So I contacted my buddy Ryan Leader. He's a fantastic YouTuber. He does a bunch of sketches online. And I asked him if he wanted to be part of this action scene. And he did me a total solid and brought on fellow sketch comedians Sir Spence and their friend Hunter to help me complete the trio for this action scene. I had to teach them the entire choreography of the scene in less than 2 days. It was like action boot camp. And honestly, these guys did a fantastic job learning quickly. While action scenes may not necessarily be these guys' main line of work, they were super down the whole time. And we actually managed to learn the entire bus scene in like a matter of a couple of hours. At the same time that I was working with my 3 beautiful stunt boys, I also had to figure out who was going to shoot it. Who was going to shoot this action scene that I was acting in? If I wanted to impress Bob Odenkirk, then I had to put a whole film crew together. That was the only way. I was able to contact an old film friend of mine, Christina Shing, who has directed a slew of these incredible music videos and films, and she was able to put me in contact with her main man for director of photography, Shane Bagwell. And through him, we were able to get a sound guy, a gaffer, a grip, a first assistant camera, and an assistant director. And if we're getting this whole film crew together, I mean, we might as well shoot on an Arri Alexa cinema camera. I mean, why not? One of the things that was really important for the house scene was to make it look like it was very similar to the film, and that it hit all of the beats with Daniel's choreography that he made for me, but also worked within the space that I already had. And obviously, I'm not going to be able to have the same set that Bob Odenkirk worked with for this fucking YouTube video that I'm doing. So I had to be really creative on how I went about blocking the scene so it worked and made sense. Finally, I had to add that extra pizzazz to make this scene truly my own. Some piece of my YouTube channel that was undeniably me. So I decided to bring in a little blast from the past from my YouTube channel lore, the Milkman. The Milkman is one of the most powerful characters in the Ted Nivison universe, as far as we know, and there is no other character that I would want to represent my power as an action star for the glory of Bob Odenkirk. So after training with Daniel, teaching the moves to my stuntmen, hiring all of the crew, planning out every shot and making sure the blocking was perfect, a 12-hour day of shooting action scenes non-stop and editing this scene to be as brutal and ridiculous as possible. Without further ado, I present to you my recreation of these scenes from Nobody. Enjoy.
What are you doing here, Milkman?
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I got this. Oh!
Who are you?
Me?
Wait, look! It's Bob Odenkirk in a giant TV in the sky!
All right, I gotta admit, you proved yourself to be a worthy student. Very nice.
Oh, thank you, Bob Odenkirk. I appreciate that.
Some might have doubted you.
I mean, that was you, so.
But you were able to find and unleash your inner rage.
Oh, thank you. I'm angry all the time.
Congrats on becoming a nobody.
Thank you, Bob. I did it for you. I did it for you, Bob. I did it for you! And there he goes. Sweet old Bob. Always on another adventure.
So there you have it, folks. That was how I recreated these scenes from Nobody. This was probably one of the coolest projects that I have ever worked on this channel, as I've said. And it was really cool to be able to combine my interest as a filmmaker with my YouTube channel and just make something ridiculous. So I really hope that you guys found this video interesting. Make sure to check out Universal's new film, Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk. What do we have here? 1 million people subscribing to me. Listen, you already know based on the title of this video what I'm gonna do, because one of the things that's been very common on this channel is that I do cooking videos. The first cooking video that I ever made on this channel was when I made my mom's meatloaf recipe. And here's the thing about meatloaf. I believe that not enough people give meatloaf the attention that it deserves. Popular media has been shitting on meatloaf for too many years now. I've got 1 million subscribers. I can show the people what a real meatloaf is all about. The 1 million subscriber meatloaf. So we're making meatloaf today. Again. Thanks for 1 million subscribers. Hi, welcome to the kitchen, or as I like to call it, the Meatloaf Creation Zone. As I've mentioned, the meatloaf recipe that we're doing today is the recipe that my mom made when I was growing up. I'm pretty sure that that's the same recipe that she learned from her mom, so this is sort of a multi-generational meatloaf right now. This is a celebration of the meat. If you want to make the 1 million subscriber meatloaf yourself, you're absolutely welcome to. You can TikTok it if you want. You could make a meatloaf dance. The meat dance. We've got the ingredients here for the meatloaf. This may seem like a lot, and I'm pretty sure when it comes to the condiments here, I may have gone a little bit overboard at the grocery store. I'm gonna be tripling the recipe this time around because I've got a lot of people that I'm gonna be going around and feeding the meatloaf. You gotta preheat the oven, okay? 375 degrees is the magic number of the hour. I'm gonna be making these meatloafs one at a time. I only really know how to follow the directions because I am bad at cooking. I haven't even touched it. Hello, Mr. Onion. I'm going to kill you. Bro, you are looking succulent right now. That was clean. Time to chop these onions into little tiny pieces, little tiny guys. That looks like rice, it's so finely chopped. Now that I've finished absolutely obliterating the onions, it's time to make the fucking meat thing. Exhibit A, ground beef. Straight from the finest cows. They were brutally murdered. These cows, I read, were taken to a shed and just shot in the back of the head. Get in there. Ooh! This is what your brain looks like when you're on meth. This is actually also what your brain looks like when you're on 5 gum. Everybody knows one of the most important parts of preparing a meat is that you have to tenderize it. You really want to get a really good fist mark there, okay? If there's no fist mark there, then you can't tell that you absolutely brutalized the shit out of it. That's more of a personal taste on my part, but I think it would be really helpful for you guys when you're cooking something of this caliber. So now that the meat's in there and it's been unnecessarily pummeled, we've got to add the rest of the ingredients. 2 large eggs. Oh yeah. Also say the incantation, death to the chicken queen. Grape nut cereal. This is the cereal that growing up my dad would eat every morning, and I used to try to do it myself until I realized that it tasted like gravel and that my father was a monster. 1, 2, baba booey. And at this point, ladies and germs, it's just time to make the fucking meat cake. Oh, I forgot about this process. It's a child.
This is my child. They tell you not to play with your food, but that was just a lie invented by the CIA. And now, of course, before we move on to the next step of the meatloaf creation, we have to do the ceremonial blessing of the meatloaf. Let's begin.
Welcome to the ceremonial blessing of the meatloaf walkthrough tutorial. In this module, you will learn how to properly bless a meatloaf for human consumption. Let's begin. We start by tossing the beefcake back and forth, promoting tenderness and emotional stability. Next, we speed up.
Now it's time to make the sauce. I have to say, the sauce is probably one of the most important parts of this meatloaf recipe because it gives the meatloaf another extra layer of flavor that you wouldn't have otherwise. Basically, we need 1 cup of maple syrup, 1 cup of ketchup, and 2 tablespoons of mustard. And then you've got to taste test it. Oh yeah, that's the sauce. That's the sauce. So now that we've got our sauce and we've got our blessed beefcake, we can now incorporate the two together. Oh, this is even gooier than last time. If you've ever seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, this reminds me of The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. So right here, I have a cast iron pan. Oh. God. I love meatloaf, but it is so gross to make. What we're doing now is we're making holes in the beefcake, and when we pour this sauce over, it's gonna get in the crevices. The blessing of the sauce. So now, the meatloaf is just about ready to go in the oven, so let's send it there. So I guess we'll be back when the meatloaf is done.
Excellent work! You put your meatloaf to cure cancer. But the U.S. pharmaceutical industry lobbied to have research on it halt.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen. The meatloaf, it's done, it's been in the oven. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. This is probably one of the best specimens I've ever seen in my entire life. This is a good looking meatloaf. Let's try it. Fuck. That's a 1 million subscriber meatloaf right there. Now, the only thing left to do, ladies and germs, is to spread the love of the meatloaf, of course. So join me as we celebrate the 1 million subscriber meatloaf. Worked out. And I cannot be appreciative enough of everyone that are fans of my weird sense of humor. Truly, thank you. Thank you so much to all the YouTubers that helped out with this project and the YouTubers that initially wanted to help out, but the timing didn't work out or something like that. And with that being said, we've got new videos on the way, more content in the pipeline, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. The world's greatest creation known to man. Heelys. Smooth, slick, and stylish. These shoes allowed you to roll around with ease without looking like an idiot riding a piece of Home Depot plywood with wheels attached to it. They were the hippest, trendiest thing to hit the world of things with wheels that people ride for fun. And then they vanished. From 2009 onward, Heelys lost much of their popularity from declining sales, inventory issues, and safety concerns. Safety concerns? Have you seen skateboarding? Specifically, the 2007...
Cooper, come in here. Harlem Globetrotter Heelys. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. And then I guess here's your just normal Heelys. Yeah. We bought some Heelys because, I mean, what better thing to do while I'm in California? California's got a very big skate culture. Are you kidding me? I fucking got Harlem Globetrotter fucking Heelys. Before we get into the rest of the video, I actually have a really special announcement to make. I've mentioned this before on my other social media platforms, but I'm getting a U2's collectible figure, baby. You may have seen these before from other creators such as Carson, Mr. Beast, and John Trown, and now your boy the Milkman is getting one himself. I've been working with U2s for several months now on developing this figure, from every aspect of how the box and figure look down to the smallest details, like specifically the same cheap watch that I've been wearing literally all the time for the past 3 years. If you want to get one of these, then you gotta be quick because these figures only come in a limited supply, and they'll be available at U2s.com starting on January 31st at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once they sell out, they'll be gone until the end of time. As in to say that all the stars in our galaxy burn out, and the only beings left are the immortal. Now on top of this, U2s gave me some extras which I'm going to be giving away, and all you have to do is click the link in the description, follow U2s on Instagram and Twitter, and check out their Reddit. And after that, you'll be good to go, baby. Now let's get back to the video. Jesus. Yeah. You know, I guess
you don't need this anymore, right?
I guess you're just gonna hurt yourself. It's really just a little blank. It's not how you do it standard. They look like dog shit. They look like Fortnite shoes. I don't know how many Healy videos there are, so I feel like we can pass off any trick we make as our own.
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
I don't think the community's that tense.
What up, we're Dude Peculiar. Today we're gonna be doing the best Healy tricks. I'm gonna call these my Harlem Globetrotties.
It's a good one.
It's time we start inventing some Healy tricks. We're kind of an advanced group here.
Yeah?
Yeah, just try your best to keep up. This is called the slide down the hill trick.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Listen, my trick is called Give Me a Whiskey on the rocks. You ready? Give me a whiskey on the rocks.
All right, that's pretty cool, but it's not that hard. Check it out. Whiskey on the rocks, thank you very much. I like to call this one, can you flip it or can you dig it? Shoot.
I would call mine the hop, the big hop.
Oh, that's a big hop. This is called the NPC that hasn't been coded correctly and can't walk correctly. I see you've been eyeing my horse. Would you like to purchase?
I see you've been looking at my horse. Would you like to purchase? They call this the staircase shot.
Is that right? Call this one grinding for a good timing. That's all part of the trick. This one's called a kick flip. Wait. Oh shit. Wasted, dude! Whoa, he got wasted! He's been wasted! No! No! He got wasted! No! I call this one Around the World. He's good. I mean, he's good. Now that we had created our own set of Healy tricks, it was time to see how the power of the Heelys stood against the wretched skateboard. What's up? What's up? Dude, what's up? Check this out. You got nothing on me, dude. This guy's got skateboarding, doesn't have anything on me. Not a thing. Oh. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
clear eventually that Santa Monica contained tools that allowed the Healy's power to be unleashed beyond my wildest dreams. I rented an electric...
I know, listen, I need you to, like, your healing is, like, it's a little lackluster.
I was gonna say the same to you, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, well...
You're lacking the finesse, you know what I mean?
Okay, listen here, asshole. You're being kind of a piece of shit lately.
I mean, I'm just being honest
No.
with you.
Your honesty is your worst quality, I have to say, Cooper. You're a piece of garbage.
Should we go talk to the...
Yeah, let's go. Let's just Healy. Let's just Healy our worries away. Thank you.
This is the Santa Monica triple set. It's famous within skateboarding. Let's skate it. I mean, Healy it. Simple.
This is called the Santa Monica ramp.
Downhill. Slow.
Uh-oh. All right, Cooper. I call this one the downhill fetal position.
All right.
Give me a push. Give me a push. I don't think this trick actually works. Help me. I'm afraid.
We eventually discovered a new way to heal that truly emphasized the power of the Healy, and a Santa Monica pedicab service was willing to let our dreams...
There's only one left place for us to go to take the Healy world. To take us to Argentina.
It's a good time of year to go. They're in the middle of their summer.
There you go.
The plan is simple. Many fast food restaurants are known for their secret menu items. One example being In-N-Out in California, whose secret menu is so popular that they actually list it on their website as being their not-so-secret menu. However, a lot of popular fast food chains like Burger King or Wendy's are not really known for their secret menu items, and they have a fairly strict menu. Or do they? You see, I think they're lying to us. And by they, I mean every fast food restaurant is involved in a deep conspiracy to keep the truth out of our grubby little hands. So I did some sleuthing on the World Wide Web. I wanted to figure out what dirty little secrets these rascals were hiding in their kitchen. It turns out that there is a website exclusively dedicated to indexing all of these classified recipes, claiming that it is the ultimate collection of secret menu items, which is such a strong claim to be making. It's like the WikiLeaks of food, I guess. I had no idea how reliable this website would be. And to be honest, I didn't do a lick of due diligence to verify it because that's something a nerd would do. So I flew out my best friend Tucker and we drove around Los Angeles trying to find the deepest secrets that money could buy, starting with Taco Bell.
So there's one that's called the Incredible Hulk. Guacamole love affair will meet its match with the Incredible Hulk, a monster-sized burrito with monster-sized flavors too.
Man, we got a McDonald's, we got a Chick-fil-A right there, Chinese massage.
Here we are at our first spot, Taco Bell.
Hi, how are you today?
Hi, how's it going? You guys got a thing called an enchilada?
Yes.
Could I get an enchilada? And then we wanted to try this special thing we heard about called the Incredible Hulk.
The what?
The Incredible Hulk? I think they're asking their manager.
Okay, I'm not sure which one is that one.
The 5-layer burrito, but it's got nacho cheese in it. And you replace that with guacamole.
Come to the window. We don't know anything about Incredible Hulk, but come to the window.
We're about to get reprimanded.
It seemed that this conspiracy ran so deep that they had hypnotized their employees to not even remember that such an item existed. This was troubling, to say the least. However, I was able to implement my smooth talking skills in order to help them remember that such an item was possible.
Hello.
You want 5-layer burrito?
Yeah, but with guacamole in it.
Okay, normally we don't do that, but I have to do it for today, okay?
Of this was the fact they gave us no knife.
This is just a sloppy beef burrito thing.
What the fuck did you think it was gonna be?
Dude, I don't know.
You're covered in
sauce. I gotta clean up. How am I supposed to, without making a mess, attack this?
This is a messy...
Yeah, what am I supposed to just poke at it until it breaks? There's no knife.
This actually sucks. Is this even a secret menu item?
It's a secret menu item, but it's so easy to make. Oh yeah, you just want a beef burrito and you want us to dump slop on it? Okay, I guess. Let me pat you up.
Thank you, Papa.
Papa.
Opinions on Taco Bell?
Not good, dude. Not good.
I would rate these pretty low.
2 thumbs down.
Our first attempt at Taco Bell was a bit dicey, but ultimately successful. The Dark Council of secret menu items had placed them without sounding any alarms from the Dark Council. But after our mishap at Taco Bell, I knew in my soul that the Dark Council was watching.
Driving with you stresses me out.
Why?
Because we're riding in a terminally ill vehicle.
Oh, baby. Tucker, you see that?
I'm going in. Going in. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. This tastes like something you get at Chili's.
Yeah, that's good enough to where, like, I'm not going to forget about this.
That makes it sound less like it's just base level good and more like this changed your entire life. You just said, I'm not going to forget about this.
That was dramatic, dude, wasn't it?
Ow. I would give this secret menu item at least a 9 out of 10 secrets.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You give it a 9 out of 10 secrets as well? 9 out of 10 secrets.
We were pretty satisfied with Chick-fil-A's secrets, and as we moved on to our next location, Burger King, we were feeling as confident as ever. This time around, we were attempting to get the Burger King ham and cheese, allegedly the most distinguished Burger King secret menu item. I'm not so sure what is so distinguished about a ham and cheese sandwich, but we were excited to figure out what that meant. What we were not prepared for, though, was for the Dark Council of fast food to stop us dead in our tracks.
Burger King. I'm trying to get something special right now. I heard tale of this thing where you can get a Burger King ham and cheese. Can you do that for me today?
No,
Why?
I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed?
No.
Not allowed? Why would he not be allowed to serve such a dish? Could it be that he feared for his life, or worse, his family's life? This sounded like a cry for help, so I pressed him on the issue.
Has this happened to you before?
No, can you just pull forward, please? Can you have a note?
What?
Can you just pull forward, please?
Okay.
Dude, this guy, he's ready to start swinging. He's pissed that you had the audacity to ask.
I'm looking for this thing.
The Burger King ham. No, we don't have that here.
You don't have that? What's the weirdest thing you got?
Nothing today.
All right. Well, have a good day.
All right, thank you.
See ya.
That was a bust. That guy wasn't playing along at all.
This man wasn't taking any funny business. And if anything, this was the deepest evidence yet that the Dark Council was tracking our journey and hindering our efforts. We needed to reflect.
So apparently the Burger King ham and cheese is not a thing.
I feel like we got shot down so hard.
That was like the most brutal shutdown I've ever received in my entire life.
That was a cram.
He was a huge cram, dude.
Burger King not only sucks in general, but they suck for this video too.
Our next target was Wendy's, where we wanted to acquire the legendary Meat Cube. 4 signature Wendy's square beef patties, weighing in at a total of 1 pound of meat. This was not something the Dark Council wanted us to acquire. We knew it in our hearts, but we were going to do it anyways, because we're heroes. We were willing to try anything we could to recover from our last brutal denial. So, taking the secret menu website's advice to heart, we would politely ask for a Dave's Hot and Juicy 1 pound quadruple.
All right, I'm a little nervous this time. Hello, how are you doing today?
Politely.
Would it be okay if you guys could make me a Dave's Hot and Juicy 1 pound quadruple?
We don't have the 4 patties. We only have single.
Oh, could I do the triple?
I don't think that worked out too well.
Another brutal denial. Or so we thought.
Ted?
Hey, what's up?
The podcast guy?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I want to make the burger.
Wait, do you think you could make it the 4? Huh? Could you make it the 4?
Well, now we're back in business.
Oh, I got right.
You've got an insider at Wendy's.
Tucker was right. Just when we thought that our chances were out the window and the Dark Council had won, we learned that there were agents on the inside.
They were working for us.
And just like that, we were able to acquire the Meat Cube.
Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good one, man.
She handed it to you, she goes, it's big.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Holy smokes.
Dude.
I don't know, man.
That is a massive burger. Dave's Hot and Juicy Big Boy Slutty Pie. This is the big slut.
Don't squeeze it. I can't open my mouth that wide.
There's just so much fucking meat.
No, it tastes better than I expected though. I was expecting a lot worse.
Really?
Yeah, the flavor is actually decent. It's just too much.
Yeah, I think it's just the notion of it.
I'm gonna do one more bite and you're gonna do one more bite.
Why? Why? You can have another bite.
I'll try another bite.
You know what that was? You just wanted another bite, and then you tried to make it into a thing where, like, I also had to take another bite for posterity or something.
I definitely didn't want another bite. I'd rate it like a 6 or 7 out of 10, I guess.
I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10 secrets. The Burger King one, that was a 0 out of 10 secrets. The dude was like so adamant about the fact that they do not offer that and have never offered something of that at all.
That guy was excited to tell us that.
Yeah, no, he was like,
no, not here. Definitely not here, boys. I'd say it's a totally average secret.
After our glorious victory against the Dark Council, our next objective was to go to Del Taco to acquire the one and only Bun Taco. It's all the ingredients of a taco, just put inside a hamburger bun. That's it.
Del Taco.
On our way to try to get our hands
on a Bun Taco. Can I get a Bun Taco?
One bun taco?
Yeah, 1 Bun Taco.
We are in there, baby. I don't want to eat it, though. I'll be honest.
Really?
Everybody in the fast food industry knows you. What if somebody recognized me? They're like, Ted and Schlatt. And I was like, yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
I think this is going to be a bad secret menu item.
All right, so we've got our Bun Taco today.
A little bit of a dusty bun, a little bit of a sloppy, messy appearance. Not the finest specimen I've ever seen. Let's get a look under the hood.
Ooh. They really did just inside of a taco and put it in a bun. This is weird. Oh God.
Well,
you know what that tastes like? It tastes like somebody made this at like home in like 30 minutes.
You didn't take a second bite. It's not second bite worthy. Yep. No. We're gonna package this baby up.
That's going away.
Yep. And hopefully me and Bun Taco don't ever cross paths again.
We are exhausted at this point.
We had driven around Los Angeles all day while also dealing with the machinations of the Dark Council, and it had worn us down pretty significantly, but there was one more place to go. Arby's. We were going to acquire the most legendary secret menu item to ever grace the secret menu item blog website sphere community. The Meat Mountain. And Meat Mountain is an appropriate name for this dish, as it includes brisket.
Say that. I've been dreading this one since the start, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
I am too.
The breaded chicken in there is actually really good. The cheese is good. The bacon was good.
I can feel my arteries closing though as I chew it. I'm gonna have a heart attack in my 2002 Toyota Tacoma.
I've taken a second bite. Between me, Teddy Jr. and the camera, I might take a third.
Really?
I'm going in. Third one was a bad idea.
Yeah. I felt like I was shoveling snow into my mouth. The fact that it exists, and when I asked the guy when I ordered it, he said, "Are you sure?" adds to the level of like, oh, okay. There's some secrets being unfurled here. I'll give that a 7 out of 10 secrets.
So there you have it. We dove deep. We found secrets. Dark Council lost. All right, see you in a month.
We've got new merch at thegoodstuffmilk.co. It's hot, it's spicy, and it's ready to be on your body. Right here, we've got the Milk crew neck sweater that's available in 2 colors, yellow and blue. We've got this sweet 3D milk tee that's got a sweet design on the back, surely to be the talk of the town. We've also got the Golden Cow striped tee that makes reference to a specific video. Mystery. Hey, give some to your mother, give some to your brother, but don't give any to your dead dog. They can't use that. We got these and a bunch more available at thegoodstuffmilk.co. Why am I at a car dealership? Start the video, please.
Oh, hey guys, what's up? Well, welcome folks to another episode of Ted is Back. He has returned. I've got a nice background and my personal favorite, the Demon's Hallway. I try to go through there as fast as possible. An international pandemic has put a bit of a damper on the year, but the year is coming to a close and the Earth revolves around the sun. And if you didn't know, we count it every time it does. So I thought that we would do a bit of a throwback to more motivating times. Some of you who have been following my channel for a while may know a little Instagram account that I took a peek into called theboys.empire. Moses introduced me to it a while back, and it's an Instagram account that's just chock full of unironic, deeply unironic motivational posts. So I thought in the spirit of motivation, we should take a dive back into this topic and check out for ourselves another plethora of business motivation. Chill the fuck out, Asmodeus. Sorry, that's my demon. One of the first things that I did when I decided to look at motivational quotes again was I checked in on the boys.empire to see how they're doing. It turns out that I think that my last video killed that Instagram account. So this is what the boys.empire looks like now. This is not what it used to look like. It used to have thousands of followers. It also has only 2 motivational quotes on it now. The first being, "Girlfriend is only found in the life of fools." And then this other one that I just don't really understand, which is, "Charge your worth, add tax, add shipping, fuck discount." However, there's still a worldwide web of motivational quote accounts, and I mean that quite literally. I can go into one motivational account and see who that account follows, and it will show me 50 more motivational accounts. They're all interconnected. It's like an ecosystem of motivation. So I spread out into this world, and let me tell you, I found some of the most glorious motivational quotes that I have ever seen. Looking for some motivation? Here's a good one. "Even Audi is sexier than my schoolgirls." Oh no. Oh no. The wording of this quote is somewhat worrisome, especially when you pair it with a man who may or may not be a little old for a schoolgirl. He is smoking a cigarette. You know, as a rule of thumb, when I'm making a motivational quote, I'm not exactly looking to compare cars to underage girls. There definitely seems to be a theme here with the motivational quotes where you're talking about certain things in the manliest way possible. Such as this quote, "You can flirt with my woman. If she flirts back, she is yours." I suppose that makes sense, like in the context of not wanting to be cheated on, but you don't just go advertising that shit to people. Here's a really important motivational quote. "Dad, what's sleep?" "I don't know, son. We're hustlers." You know me. I only exist as a businessman. I don't care if sleep is part of a healthy lifestyle. If you're sleeping, you ain't making deals. While you were off sleeping, I was busy putting my life savings into an index fund, bitch. Welcome to the big show, baby. I'm the big hot mama. What? Can you imagine a father being so entrenched in this businessman lifestyle that they teach their son that sleep is not a good thing? Something that literally everybody does. "They told me you cannot pass the interview, so I became the boss." What? In what situation would it ever work out that way? If you interview for a place and they determine that you're not qualified for it, what would ever make you think that you'd be qualified to run the entire establishment? And you might be thinking to yourself, "Oh, Ted, they're just saying that they're gonna buy the business out." But then why didn't they do that in the first place? Why is this fictitious person interviewing for a job only to fail and then buy out the business? It doesn't make any sense. One of the greatest things about these posts, but also just Instagram in general, is that there's a bunch of random accounts that are trying to grow their own page by spamming positive comments on new posts that they see. But they become especially funny on posts like this, where it says, "They told me you cannot pass the interview, so I became the boss." And then there's comments like, "Lovely post, keep it up. This is a very informative post. Keep up the amazing work and post for us every day. I dig this one. You have an awesome content on your page. I hope good stuff will come you in nearer future. Keep up this work you do. Amazing to see. This is really good. That's the right mindset." You always gotta remember, folks, though, you are one decision away from a totally different life, such as trying heroin. That's all I had to say about this one. Risk takers are money makers. I've noticed something interesting about the men that they show in these motivational quotes. Do people really think that that's what the average millionaire or billionaire looks like? No. That's actually what most LA influencers look like. And it's also the same reason why this guy Dan Bilzerian keeps showing up. There's an awesome video by Jarvis Johnson about why this guy actually sucks a lot, and I'm gonna link it right here. But this is the exact same thought process and output of image that Dan Bilzerian capitalizes on. And then these motivational quote pages will just enforce this idea within people that this is what you have to look like to be like a successful billionaire. You gotta be this fucking buff dude, European silk basically grafted to your skin. Like, who is this man? And why is his shirt so tight? Walk like you're going to fuck all those who once hurt you so bad. You're gonna fuck everyone? You're going to have sex with everyone that hurt you? Why? Why would you do that? What is the game? This particular quote leads me into a plethora of more quotes that for some reason revolve around the topic of fucking fucking something. Such as this quote, for instance. 21st century is now 18 plus. It can legally fuck you. Are you ready for it? No, I'm not. And this guy, Jack's Craft Official, says, damn, man, so true. The 21st century is coming to fuck me, man. It's 18 plus and they're legally gonna fuck me in the ass. Black Basketballer just comments, yes. What sort of dark, decrepit place did the author of this quote have to go to make an analogy like that? That's some deep shit that you're in, dude. Maturity is when you realize your goals are more important than love. Screw love, don't need it. I'm a businessman, and I don't need love. It's just chemicals in the brain, dude. Endorphins don't make you money, bro. This one... It really made my day. And you know what? I really agree with this post. If I want to achieve what I want to in life, I shouldn't have to deal with love. You can achieve anything with the right partner. Wait. Dear X, Lamborghini is more beautiful than you. God damn. What a way to start off a letter to your ex. You've got to be the most vindictive, angry person to want to send a message like this to your ex. This sounds like it's coming from the epitome of a problem child. This is the kind of message that a trust fund baby at a private school would say to another trust fund baby. And then to that, the other trust fund baby would reply, money may not buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in my Rolls Royce than on a bus. How did they spell the most important part of the post wrong? It's literally highlighted. And then they wrote the comments wrong too. Are you enjoying our contents? Don't be so sweet. They will use you in the food and eat. Wow, so awesome. This one is awesome because it's barely a motivational quote. This is like a grammatically incorrect joke. Life does not get easier. You get stronger. Right here we've got a toddler that is getting absolutely brutalized. He is getting stoned. And then it says you get stronger. And then all of a sudden, it's a fucking jacked toddler with a shield. I would not want to fight a toddler that is that fucking jacked. When a girl doesn't reply my text, I feel so honored I made her speechless. What is the photo that is associated with this? What is that guy doing? Why is he holding his hand out like this? He looks like a fucking zombie. You can ignore my message, but in my dreams, you're mother of my 3 kids. Whoa, whoa. Can you imagine ignoring some dude and in his head, he is thinking about having kids with you and you want nothing to do with him? And then he posts his fantasy in front of a picture of a smiling businessman. That's fucked. As I mentioned before on my last motivational quotes video, there is a certain category of motivational quotes that is my absolute favorite out of any of them. And that category is Joker quotes. This is an account that posts pretty much exactly the same thing as what we've been seeing so far, motivational quotes, except they only use pictures of the Joker. And you may be asking why, but I do not have an answer for you. What I find most enthralling about Joker quotes is the incredible ability for the content of the quotes to be just completely removed from the character of the Joker. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. The best thing about this quote is that it's not from the Joker, it's from Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. He's the one who said this. Why did they take this quote and put it in front of the Joker? Can you even imagine the Joker saying anything even close to that? Use your energy to create, not destroy. Yeah, create. Such as blowing up a hospital. The character of the Joker is literally a terrorist. And they're putting happy motivational quotes in front of pictures of a fictitious terrorist. And finally, one of my favorite Joker quotes that I have found on this page. Forget all the bullshit and drama and live your life with a sexy smile. Yes! Exactly. I feel like I could become a businessman right now if I wanted to. Here's the problem though, guys. Not everyone in the world is as lucky as we are to know all of this business knowledge and to be this fucking motivated. It's a gift. It's Christmas time. And you know what that means? It's the spirit of giving. So I decided to join forces with my friend William Osman, and we decided to spread a little bit of holiday motivation.
All right, folks, here we are in Los Angeles, California. We're here on the streets trying to figure out if people know a dang thing about business motivation. This is my social distance stick.
Oh, this is perfect. Hollywood Boulevard. Here's some business motivation quotes for you. Dad, what's sleep? I don't know, son. We're hustlers.
We don't sleep around here. We work, we work, we work, we work. Like the clock. We don't stop.
Girlfriend is only found in the life of fools.
I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, girlfriend is only found in the life of fools. If you're a real businessman, I mean, come on.
I guess I'm a fool.
I think I just destroyed a relationship. I am just a mirror for you. If you are good, I'm good. If you are bad, I'm worst.
Daddy's home.
Here's a good one for you. Girlfriend is only found in the life of fools. Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on. Get me. What am I supposed to say?
Girlfriend. Here's a good one. Dad, what's sleep? I don't know, son. We're hustlers.
Oh no. That's terrible though.
I feel like I'm ready to take on the world. Yeah! Girlfriend is only found in the life of fools.
In the life of fools. Well, she's a hooker. Motivate her to be a hooker. I mean,
They told me you cannot pass the interview, so I became the boss.
Huh?
Lamborghini is more beautiful than you.
Lamborghini? Well, I don't have 4 wheels.
What? You can't win my heart by saying, ah, baby Gucci Poochie, my heart is too expensive.
I feel like I'm about to suck a wooden dick right now. I don't like it.
They told me you cannot pass the interview, so I became the boss.
You gotta pay to be the boss. It is not free. This man has motherfucking money. This man is paying to be the motherfucking boss. Be like this guy. Why do you think I wear gloves? Because I'm a criminal.
Flirt with my woman. If she flirts back, she is yours.
Whoa, okay, I see what you did there, but you gonna really let her, you gonna let her go like that?
That sounds like a donkey to me.
Oh, man.
Don't be so sweet. They will use you in the food and eat.
They will eat the booty, just like groceries. Just like groceries. That's a factual.
You can ignore my message, but in my dreams, you're mother of my 3 kids.
Ooh, I wish I knew my mom, to be honest. Rest in peace. She's not even dead, but she's dead to me, you know what I'm talking about?
Dear ex, Lamborghini is more beautiful than you.
That is true with my nice foreign wife.
Hope you learned a lot about business. I sure did. If you like this video, then make sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Keep it spicy and have a wonderful day full of motivation, I guess. Sorry, I just had a 1,000-year sleep. I'm a vampire now. Oftentimes, I travel the web. I wander. I trot even through the World Wide Web. I don't know what just happened there. Sometimes I find YouTube channels that truly enlighten me beyond belief. And one of those channels is Lynn McGonagall's channel. I found Lynn's channel through Reddit recently, and she runs a series called The Angelic Initiative. I'm not exactly sure what to call her channel, but they work with spirits, and it kind of seems like a cult, but with 2 people in it. So, that's what we're working with here. They have over 1,000 episodes of this series on their channel, which from the outside seems like them just kind of sitting in a garden. But trust me, friends, it's much more. So come with me. Let's go down the rabbit hole. You don't have a choice. This is the first episode that I stumbled upon through Reddit, and it's called Cool and Uncool Trees.
Hi, friends. In Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, November 6, 2016, in the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind.
So right off the bat, you know something's going on. Something's going on in this video, and I don't know if I vibe with it. They are sitting down doing yoga. What the fuck, Lynn? Sit-down yoga, by the way, is also the most suspicious form of yoga.
The authorized souls continue to be only child souls.
What? The authorized souls continue to be only child. If an adult soul came by and they wanted to get in on the yoga, would Lynn just be like, ah, sorry, 18 and under souls only, dude?
From the smaller subatomic, and the intrusions from above continue.
That's true.
That's true. What is true about that statement? That wasn't...
Above meaning larger and less dense levels.
That's true.
We're going to go with the foundational assignment, which is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan, since that's what our soul contracts commit us to doing.
It's almost like she's just kind of filling in words there, like she doesn't want there to be a pause in her speaking pattern. Now we must do what it is to do with ourselves. Once we are there with ourselves, we must do. It's almost impossible to determine when the sentence is over. I'd go as far to say that this entire video is one entire sentence.
Speaking to the grass right here in our filming location.
Oh, you're speaking to the grass. Okay, yeah, no, I can fuck with that. Yeah, okay, we're speaking to the grass. Cool. Yeah, no. Alright.
What we're doing right now is we're pulling out trauma threads that are messing us up in our own lives, in our own experiences of sentience. And this particular thread, which is really common.
Yo, chill. Don't hurt yourself. You're getting yourself really worked up over that grass there.
And so it's likely that you have this too, because we all have stuff that's messing us up. We all have these weird, cloggy tangles. If we're taking it as our working theory that we all have this stuff, would you like to do this exercise with us and pull out your own trauma strands? Pull out your own problems that are choking you?
Yeah, it's not about enlisting them to pull out their own problems.
Oh shit! She did not like that. She's roasting her right now. She was like, why don't you come along with us? And she was like, no. Wrong.
Because that window of opportunity opened and closed a long time ago. We're way past that. This is about...
What? She was like, oh, how could I have been so stupid? While this lady is like, they had their chance. Now they're fucked. You can understand at this point how confused I am by this video. And there's just no explanation to what they're doing. At a certain point later in the video, they start asking the trees if they want to become portals for the dead. This girl on the left gets roasted again, and I love it.
So are you willing to join us in being portals for dead presences, rather than joining everybody else and being a hindrance on the course of presences who are trying to get to a consistent source of significantly higher vibration? In other words, trying to get to God.
That's true. Are you willing?
That's a no.
No.
That's a no.
Yeah,
okay, let's do it.
That's true. No, it's not. I wonder if this girl on the left is just along for the ride. That throughout 710 sessions, she's just improvising this and just guessing whether or not the things that this lady is talking about is true or not. It's like this long-winded improv session where the girl on the left has no clue whether what she's saying is right or wrong. They're asking the tree for something and then the tree is just like, dude, screw off, stop. I'm trying to take out a small $10,000 loan to start a small cupcake business. Will you invest with me, tree? And the tree's just like, fuck off. That's true. Even the tree knows your credit score, shit. Throughout this video, they discovered that there is a social structure. There are popular plants, and that there are non-popular plants. There's the plant high school jocks, and then there's the plant nerds.
And what we learned is that we need to start with the trees before we get to the grasses, because apparently the grasses think the trees are cool, and the trees don't apparently think the grasses are cool.
How is she so blown away by that? She literally was knocked back by that information. One of the most amazing things about this video is that the girl on the left says that's true a million times. In so many different ways, too. There's quite a level of diversity in the way that she says those. Roll the clip.
That's true. That's true.
About presences.
That's true. That's true.
Now,
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Now you look like an idiot.
Oh no. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
And so when people are crazy,
that's true.
They get to the light and into a spin. The trees don't appear. And when we
most of their videos are the same, but there are some gems. Ooh, a gem here. Ooh, a gem there. Let me grab that gem. Let's look at the gem closer. This one is pretty awesome because this one was posted on July 2nd, 2019. It's episode 1054. It's called Get the Dead Out. As you can see, they've changed locations. They've gone from a Florida villa to like a bayou.
My friends, in Planet Earth dating. It's Tuesday, June 25th, 2019.
Those microphones are like the best thing ever. It's like they're doing a TED Talk every time, but in the woods. They do their normal ramble in this video.
But now, how do we do this on a mass scale?
That's the question.
Because we have, it seems to us, billions, with a B, billions of dead people around here.
I figured out the dynamic here, okay? She's like the main preacher person, and then the girl on the left here, she's the hype man. She's like, we gotta figure out what's going on with the spirits. Fuck yeah, we do. They go on to talk about something truly enchanting to me, and that is that they literally are claiming that they can speak to the dead. People who have died hundreds of years ago. But specifically, like famous dead people. They start to tell a really interesting story, and through this we discover that Lynn is the mom, and then the girl on the left is actually her daughter. The way that they establish that relationship is really interesting.
When our son was in high school.
Yeah, it's the brother of this one, son of that one.
Yeah.
What? What a strange way to indicate a familial relationship. Why are you speaking in riddles? Now I'm pissed. I hate riddles. She starts talking about this assignment that her son had.
His teacher gave him an assignment, his English teacher, saying, why did Shakespeare choose the sonnet form for this particular poem?
Yeah.
And we said, well, let's ask Shakespeare. And he had grown up around his mother, obviously,
That's
so
true.
understood that she was psychic, etc.
That's right.
And we did connect with Shakespeare, and we asked him why he had chosen the sonnet, that particular poem, and he said something beautiful, and we stupidly did not have a recorder running like we do now.
Ah, shit. You talked to Shakespeare and you didn't have a fucking recorder out? You idiot. That's convenient. Lynn.
And he said something beautiful, and it was a poem that was about springtime and about love.
That's right.
And he said that those were two really beautiful things, and he said it very poetically.
That's
and how
true.
could he have chosen anything but a sonnet for a poem about love and springtime?
It was the best poem and reason ever, and shoot, we did not record it.
My son said, so do you think I should use that?
Are you saying that that's something I should turn into my teacher in high school? I should turn that in as homework.
He said yes. You should use it because that's what Shakespeare said.
Yeah.
But
she made her son fail an English project because she convinced her son that she actually talked to Shakespeare. She literally said to her son, well, duh, yeah, that's what Shakespeare said. Now go to your room, I gotta talk to Nikola Tesla. They go on to start, like, demonstrating that they're actually seeing a bunch of, like, famous people in, like, this really trippy part of the video.
Albert Einstein. How do we get the dead out?
That's
Leonardo
true.
da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, I see him.
I see him also.
Hi. And to Isaac Newton, he was a physicist also.
I see him also.
Hi.
The girl on the left waits. She waits until the main lady mentions, like, a famous person. She's like, oh, yep, he's also there. Yeah, I also see Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, that is true. I see him there. He's there, being Leonardo da Vinci. I really don't know what they're trying to achieve here. They've been doing this for a while. Her channel was made in 2012. It's been 7 years, Lynn. When are they gonna get these spirits home? Hope you enjoyed that little dive into Lynn McGonagall's channel. They could really be talking to spirits and we would never know. That's also true, but that doesn't mean I can't goof on them a little bit. See you guys later next time. Don't get possessed by Nikola Tesla. He's a ghost.
It seems like every year, technology gets to a level that we would have thought ridiculous as children. You can buy yourself a home that was 3D printed, take a taxi with nobody behind the wheel, and robots are doing backflips now, something previously reserved for frat guys whose six-pack is their whole personality, and high schoolers a little bit too into parkour. Yes, I'm projecting, I wish I could do a backflip. And in the last 2 years, I've gotten pretty into growing my own plants. I've conquered growing basil and making my own pesto. I've conquered having houseplants, kind of. But this whole time, I was using the same thing. Soil from the earth, the substance that may have been holding us back this whole time. We've elevated our technology in so many ways, why not do that with the dirt itself? This is a loamy. This is a device that lets you turn food scraps into usable soil, or at least what the company calls loamy earth. Obviously by food scraps, they mean things like vegetables and fruit, but this device can turn any food scraps into soil. So what would happen if I turned fast food into soil? Could I grow a plant from that? So I'm gonna try to turn fast food into soil, grow arugula, and make myself a salad. Let me be clear. I'm going into this with no research whatsoever. I'm essentially doing a highly produced experiment that I'm planning on posting with no actual assurance that any of this is going to work. It would actually be a miracle if it did. I'm utilizing the most highly processed foods we put in our body to grow a life form. That's like trying to teach a dolphin to drive a car. Nobody's tried it because if they did, they'd be an idiot. But wouldn't it be funny if it worked? The most research I've done has been Googling, can you grow a plant from just loamy earth? And the answer has been frequently and only a resounding no. And that's because I'm operating based on loamy earth being compost, which you can grow plants in. But loamy earth is something different. Loamy earth is the nutrient-rich, soil-like end product created by the Loamy Countertop Food Recycler, designed to be used as a natural fertilizer for plants and gardens rather than traditional compost. Basically, it's not actually compost. I would have loved for this to be real compost coming out of this machine. In fact, that would have made it a lot easier for me. Unfortunately, making compost takes a long time and also the usage of worms. And I hate worms. They're like the losers of the ground, meant to be consumed by children and fish. But that restriction won't stop me from trying to brute force a miracle. Whoa. Look at this thing. The plan is to put all the fast food into this thing. It's going to grind it up and then hopefully turn that into soil that we can use to grow a plant. One of the first things I see is a QR code answering the question, what can I put in my loamy? I don't know if we're gonna follow that, but let's ask. It specifically says to have a smaller mix of processed foods. Batch number 1 would be McDonald's. 2 large fries, 2 double cheeseburgers, 20 chicken nuggets, and just to be safe, apple slices. Just to give it a fighting chance. Although I was looking at the ingredients of these apple slices from McDonald's, they also have an ingredient on them that's meant to maintain freshness and color. These are just apple slices, and they still had to add something into that. I need to fit all of this stuff right here into this. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. So it's got pickles. There's a little bit of plant life going on here, but there's a lot of meat and there's a lot of cheese. As I was doing this, I started to seriously doubt how this could even come close to dirt. Well, okay, they're in there. For this experiment, I'm gonna be using Loamy's grow mode. This is their longest mode, taking somewhere from 16 to 20 hours. It, quote, runs at a lower temperature to preserve microbes and boost soil health. And I guess the express mode is if you need dirt like right now. Today. I'm also going to be utilizing Loamy Pods. These are little tablets you put in that are allegedly packed with powerful microorganisms, and I'm for sure going to be putting those microorganisms to work, and I'm not paying overtime. Microbacteria in there now. I guess with all that being said, let's turn this McDonald's into dirt. Okay. Oh! It's spinning. Oh, it's beginning the process. So I guess we gotta wait 16 to 20 hours before this turns to dirt. I don't know what I expected to happen here. When I got back from being out this last weekend, I got home and I've left the Loamy going. And my entire apartment smells like McDonald's. Oh my God. I had to open up the windows in my apartment just to filter out the air that I was smelling. And I gotta say, the resulting dirt is a little bit creepy. What the fuck is that? It smells like Cheetos. I made Cheeto dirt. It's dry, but there's like kind of a greasiness to it that isn't preferable, to say the least. I think a plant would taste that and be like, guess I'm just not gonna live. This is nasty. This is essentially grease slop that I have here. What's to do now that we have all of this dirt? Well, I've got a special little friend, the dirty bucket. The dirty bucket. This is gonna live outside. Unfortunately, this batch of dirt was not nearly enough for me to do this whole experiment. This couldn't even fill one pot. So I placed the dirty bucket as far away from me as I could get it and cleaned the Loamy in preparation for batch number 2, Taco Bell. 1 cheesy gordita crunch, 1 veggie bowl, 1 chalupa supreme, and 3 crunch wrap supremes. I think that Taco Bell has a little bit more vegetables within it than something like McDonald's. Half of these things have some form of like lettuce or tomato in them, so there's some plant matter going on here. I feel like this one might turn out a little bit better than McDonald's did. At the end of the day though, I'm putting most of my hope in this veggie bowl here. This one's gonna take us to the finish line. And I think the thing that's gonna screw us from making usable compost is probably gonna be the crunch wrap supremes. I don't know if nature really called for that. Nevertheless, I stuffed all the Taco Bell I could into Loamy and started my next cycle.
There it goes. It's beginning its magic to do horrific, unholy, godless things to this fast food. Taco Bell's done. This thing's got a little bit more dirt than I think the first round. I may have added some eggshells that I had left over from some eggs that went bad. I didn't want to put them down the garbage disposal. So if you're wondering what the white stuff in this is, it's eggshell. So it's a bit browner than the other one. It doesn't smell like Cheetos, it just smells like ground beef. It's also closer in color to what regular potting soil is, but it is still clearly not.
But after all of this, I still did not have enough dirt. So I prepared for my third and final submission to the maw of the Lomi, batch number 3, KFC. And I may have over-ordered chicken tenders, fries, mashed potatoes, sweet corn, coleslaw, and a chicken pot pie.
If you told me a year ago that I would be taking a chicken pot pie and turning it into dirt, I'd probably send you to jail. I think that this corn might be the thing that saves this whole video. We might be getting saved by the kernel. Now the chicken, this might cause some problems for us. The chicken pot pie, there's not a lot, but there are carrots and there are peas in a chicken pot pie. There are vegetables in it. I saw that they had applesauce that was available in the kids meal on the KFC menu, so I ordered that as well, thinking like, might be good to have some classic applesauce in there. Didn't know I was gonna get tricked. They gave me a Capri Sun. I don't know if I'm living in crazy town, but this is very different than an applesauce.
Either way, the Lomi hungered for more grease, so I once again fed it willingly. Also, the coleslaw was far too wet.
Oh, that's barely even mayo at that point. That's just milk. Oh, I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a delicious dirt. Time to see how the KFC dirt does. The Lomi had the hardest time with the KFC. It took like maybe 48 hours. I don't know if that's because the Lomi's starting to struggle a little bit. Maybe the Lomi's starting to get a little bit depressed because it's currently operating in a job it was not designed to do. Looking a lot like the McDonald's. I don't know if that's all the corn that I added. Let's give it a feel test. Yeah, no, it's greasy. The dirty bucket hungers for more dirt. Oh God.
So I mixed all the fast food dirt together to make one final dirt.
Doesn't look that bad. All of this in the dirty bucket, I think I just might have enough to run this experiment.
But while I'm leaving much of this plant growth up to chance, you shouldn't be doing the same for your career. Which leads me to the sponsor of this video, Strawberry.me Career Coaching. It seems like these days the job market is more competitive than ever. And the people who will succeed in a world like this are those who have a solid plan and solid goals, which is where Strawberry.me comes in. Strawberry.me will help you create a strategy for your career. When I met with my coach Vincent, I wasn't really sure what to expect from the experience, but right off the bat, he was asking some pretty thoughtful questions to figure out my specific goals and what I'm struggling with. One of them, for instance, was genuinely addressing how to improve my YouTube video output, which I'm sure might be a relief to those of you who want to see more than 4 videos a year from me. This was nice too because I do have a therapist that I talk to sometimes about my career worries and issues, but meeting with a career coach was very clearly different. It was more oriented to figuring out the root of my issues in direct relation to my work, based on like who I am and how my working brain ticks, and then giving me actionable steps that I could take to address them as opposed to just talking about them. Like I am legitimately going to keep using this service because I can see how helpful it can be to talk to a professional who is directly invested in your own success and someone who will create accountability for you. Like I'm going to check in with my coach next week and we're going to talk about how the week went. This platform can be really helpful to speak to someone who has an outside perspective on one's career. They give you tools to be able to find the right path for you. Plus, it's virtual, accessible, and flexible, meaning you can spend the time to take ownership of your career without your schedule taking ownership of you. So go to strawberry.me/Ted Nivison or scan the QR code on screen. They're offering a $50 credit so you can actually try it out. Don't leave your career to chance. Find the right coach and make it happen with strawberry.me. Thanks for watching the sponsor, and now to the plant store. So I headed off to the plant store to grab supplies for this experiment. I'll explain in a second, but I needed a lot of pots in order for this to work. But I also didn't really remember how much Lomi dirt I had, so I bought like 2 sets of pots in different sizes. I have a lot of clay pots now. Seeing the beauty of the plants around me here made me feel kind of like a spy. Everyone else was here to do right by the souls of these plants, whereas I was here to do something devious and unholy. So I quickly got what I needed and headed home. This experiment would be conducted at the utmost level of scientific research. In order for us to get tangible results, we needed to have a control and different variables. There might be more to it, but that's all I remember from high school science. Obviously, we'd have our control, which is just growing a plant in regular potting soil. But then we'd start adding our Lomi creation at 10%, 50%, 75%, and finally 100%, allowing us to see a range of how the plants will react to different levels of fast food soil. We sort of got a spectrum going on here, ranging ranging from it would be really surprising if this didn't work to it would be really surprising if this did work. I'm gonna make the soil mixtures now, and then tomorrow will be day number 1 of trying to grow a plant using soil made from fast food. This soil's made a name for itself clearly. We've got Edna's Best Potting Soil. So we're using the greatest here. I've also got a little bit of pumice. This is basically just like little rocks that you put in soil in order to encourage water to drain through the soil properly. Because I think at the higher levels of the loamy soil, that's just, the water, it's just gonna suck it up. So I went ahead and created my first mixture, the 10% loamy. So that's about 10% loamy soil and 90% potting soil. I also made sure to mix the loamy dirt with the soil to make sure it was as homogeneous as possible. Kind of looks like cookies and cream or something. So out of anything involving the loamy dirt, this one probably has the best chance because it's 90% being supported by actual soil. This is one that if something grows in it, I get to say, kinda. I think the worst thing about this is that as I'm putting the dirt into these pots, the loamy dirt has a smell to it that makes me believe that anything involving this stuff is going to just wither and die. Then I went ahead and created the 50% and 75% loamy mixtures. And finally, the worst of all, the 100% fast food dirt pot. I wonder what this one smells like. Ah! Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know why I kept smelling this. It smelled almost like vomit or something far more ancient and demonic, like Mother Earth herself was crying out to stop this at once. It's a wonderful gradient going from healthy looking dark soil to mutant. Today is the day! At the end of yesterday, I was feeling a little bit down in the dumps. Wrong! In order to achieve anything in life, you have to be positive. You have to assume that it's going to work. I feel like manifestation is the biggest thing that's gonna help us through this. I'm not saying I'm making water into wine, but it's damn close. Allegedly, these take 10 to 15 days to just emerge in the first place from. I did something really stupid again. Do you want to know what it is? This is Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. It's a restaurant started by singer-songwriter Jimmy Buffett based on his 1977 song Margaritaville. They've got fried food, Jimmy Buffett's music blasting 24/7, and of course, margaritas. It is a ridiculous restaurant and one of the strangest reasons that an entire business empire could exist. And for that reason, I drove almost 10,000 miles to go to all 22 locations in the United States and Canada. Here we go again. Our first Margaritaville was located right in the center of Hollywood, California at Universal City Walk Mall. When I arrived here, there was an entire premiere going on for the new Fast and Furious movie, which was interesting, but I'm here to go to Margaritaville. And you may be wondering to yourself, Ted, after everything you went through on the Rainforest Cafe trip, why would you go on a trip like this again? Here's what happened. Last year when we were finishing our final Rainforest Cafe, we noticed that there was a Margaritaville in Las Vegas as well. So a joke between us became that next year we would go to every Margaritaville in the United States. And we laughed at the thought, and then that concept ate away at us for the next 6 months. So Eddie and I joined forces again, ready to learn about this new restaurant. We were sat with our send-off crew in a boat-designed booth where I got to take in our first stop. It had a very clear tropical motif going on, with palm trees and a painted blue sky. But my concern began when I noticed that the animals were not moving. Do they not have animatronics here? Our booth even had a TV that was playing what I could only assume to be Jimmy Buffett propaganda, I guess. Not only that, there was a noticeable lack of thunderstorms in this restaurant. It's been 20 minutes. Where's the... There should be a thunderstorm right now.
They don't do that here, bud.
Why are we here? So we ordered our very first margaritas of this journey, and I was feeling a culture shock, to say the least. And strangest of all, it seemed like Eddie was having a good time. Well, I guess I'll try to stay positive then. After finishing our first Margaritaville, we went to bed to prepare to drive to every single other location of this restaurant. God help us all. And we'd be doing that driving in my 2002 Toyota Tacoma. Just kidding, we got a rental. Listen, last time we had some bumps along the road, like my Tacoma breaking down twice, and we had to consider what would be more reasonable. I had to break the news to the old girl, though. Nothing's gonna happen, okay? What do you mean? It's a rental. I don't even know its license plate number. Okay, language. The moment of truth. There was no question whether or not it was going to work.
Yeah, with the old Tacoma, it was like, we'll see.
Our next Margaritaville was located all the way in San Antonio, Texas, so we had a lot of ground to cover before that. So we drove 373 miles from Los Angeles to Phoenix, Arizona.
We made it to Phoenix.
You know what they say? What happens in Phoenix? I don't know, because I've never spent time here.
And on day 2, we had to drive 430 miles to El Paso, Texas. This drive was pretty boring. That is, of course, until we started seeing billboards for something referred to as The Thing.
We're on our way right now to see The Thing. We're thinking it might be like just a man that they found.
Just some kind of funny guy.
I'm looking for a goblin or a gremlin.
I want to see something fucked up.
We're in the middle of nowhere in Arizona. We're about to figure out what The Thing is.
The interior of this place was like your average roadside gift shop for tourists until we found the museum. This museum was absolutely ridiculous. They would ask important questions like, what if dinosaurs were ruled by aliens from another planet? We had stumbled upon the greatest and the dumbest museum in the middle of nowhere. They had entire lore on these aliens. They had life-size sculptures of these guys too. And I don't know who designed these alien sculptures, but they made them kind of sexy, which was distracting. God, oh my God, getting turned on in this museum. Turns out the aliens were secretly controlling all of human history. Great. Cool. Oh, jeez. Then they just started pulling connections from everywhere. The Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, Illuminati, the Easter Island heads, a picture of the Twin Towers. I hope this isn't implying what I think it is. And at the end of the museum, we finally got to figure out what the thing was. And that was this.
I mean, it's a paper mache doll, essentially.
Cool.
You want to get out of here?
Yes.
So we finished our drive to El Paso, admittedly slightly more confused than when we started. On day 3, we finally made it to the location of our second Margaritaville in San Antonio, Texas. This Margaritaville was located at the coolest and only place that I've been to in San Antonio, the Riverwalk. And we'd be joined here by a friend.
How the hell are you?
Are you excited?
Do you want anything?
That's right, Schlatt's joining us for our second Jimmy Buffett experience. The first thing I noticed was the massive blender they had right when you walked in.
$10, you can't finish that.
10? Is it drinkable? Or?
We got sat down in the far corner of this restaurant, and I don't know what happened here, but I am suspicious that this is where Jimmy Buffett waterboards people. Also, our table was decorated with multiple iterations of the same photo of Jimmy Buffett on a paddleboard, which was kind of funny. Then it was time for our next margarita. I got the Beach Club, which was a massive sandwich, and I kind of had a hard time determining where the sandwich actually split. Eddie ordered fish and chips, and they unfortunately did not look very good.
Hey, Eddie, I cooked those up in my microwave the other night.
We even got a cute little family photo taken of us. Look at that. Still so full of joy I was. So we said our goodbyes to this Margaritaville. Then we strolled along the Riverwalk, and along the way, we actually stumbled upon an old friend, the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, hey, look, it's the Rainforest Cafe. You remember that one from San Antonio? Hey, there was a tiger, I think, in that. Hey,
we gotta go.
We left San Antonio to drive to Austin, Texas to crash at Schlatt's place because tomorrow we had to keep heading east.
Bye, Schlatt.
Bye, Schlatt.
Bye, Schlatt.
Goodbye. Thank
See
you.
Thank you so much.
You guys gotta get the fuck out of here.
No, we can stick around and be like it'll be like a fun day. Oh, okay. Yep.
So we departed from Austin on our way to New Orleans where we'd be staying the night. Wait. Oh my God, he's back. We were passing by my favorite beaver-themed gas station, Buc-ee's, and you know we had to stop. I was almost losing my mind with excitement rolling up to this paradise. And walking in, it was just as glorious as I remember. It was a madhouse in here. And they still had everything. Fresh fruit, tote bags, jerky. It was overwhelming. Party supplies, river tubes, delicious brisket. I was losing my mind. A sausage on a stick? The beaver owns the banks? What the fuck is a beaver nugget? My love for mascots. My love for theme. Oh God, it's happening again.
You got a problem, dude.
What are you talking about?
You're buying party hats and party napkins?
This is a really clean napkin. Would you like to try?
So most napkins are clean when you buy it.
This is a Buc-ee certified napkin, as in it's certified to clean the mess you make when you eat a delicious Buc-ee sandwich.
Oh, so like what any napkin would be.
I don't know about the other napkin, okay? I haven't heard about the other napkin.
There's a huge market of other napkins.
Name one brand of napkins other than Buc-ee's napkins.
I don't know a single napkin brand name.
We traveled about 90 miles to Biloxi, Mississippi for our next location. And you're about to learn I wasn't lying when I said that Jimmy Buffett had created an entire business empire from this single song. Because in addition to Margaritaville, you've got Cheeseburger in Paradise Restaurant, Land Shark Bars, a beer of the same name, frozen drink machines, portable tailgate grills, apparel, drinkware, and as we're seeing for the first time in Biloxi, Margaritaville resorts. For the purpose of this trip, as long as these resorts contain or are close to a Margaritaville, we'll be staying at them. Arriving here, we were confronted with the true scale of this empire that Jimmy had built. Everything in this resort was Margaritaville. They even had a Margaritaville coffee shop in the lobby, and upon entering our room, we were assaulted with more island vibes. There was even quotes from Jimmy Buffett in the elevators.
Quite the poet, this guy.
He really just knows how to say something that, like, doesn't really mean anything, but also means everything.
We had to travel through a massive arcade as well, but we eventually found our way to Margaritaville number 3. We were sat next to this volcano-type structure that doubled as a rock wall people could climb on, which was interesting. This time I ordered a tropical fruit margarita, which I did not expect to be a slushie. And just when we thought this would be another average dinner, without any warning, alarm bells rang, and the volcano began to expel smoke. I could feel myself having flashbacks to the thunderstorms from the Rainforest Cafe. But all of that changed and reality set in when the volcano played this sound effect.
What the fuck was that?
And then immediately after, the restaurant begins blasting the song Margaritaville as we sit in a green haze of confusion. Okay then. Another perk we got when booking this resort was some preloaded arcade credits for downstairs. But since the arcade was about to close, we only each had time to play a single game. Needless to say, it wasn't very hard for me to figure out which game I'd be playing. Minions. We are about to hit a storm, and I don't know how it's going to affect me, because we are getting closer to what I would call the Jimmy Buffett Florida Margaritaville Tropical Supercluster. What does that mean, Wap? There is a total of 6 Margaritavilles in Florida. One might consider this to be the base of Jimmy Buffett's power. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I'm already struggling a little bit. There's no animatronic animal. There's no thunderstorms. I don't understand what I'm supposed to like about this place. What, Jimmy Buffett? He's just a guy. Either way, we're hitting the road again. Wish me luck. So I held my breath as we drove into the storm for our first Margaritaville of this supercluster in Destin, Florida. This Margaritaville was different than any of the previous ones we'd seen, as it had the most tropical feeling location.
That doesn't even look like it should operate as a boat.
In terms of being considered a themed restaurant, though, I was not impressed. It was basically just a beach bar. But hey, another margarita and things hadn't gotten too bad yet.
You know what could be fun for the video? Smashing 10 of these and then driving.
That sounds like a really, really bad idea.
Yeah, not all my ideas are good. You're gonna have to get used to it, sweetheart.
I don't know what came over me, but I ended up ordering chicken tenders while Eddie ordered salmon, which resulted in our meals looking like Eddie was my well-adjusted father and I was his son that refused to eat anything that was not orange.
We got in the car at just the right moment because it immediately started just like pouring.
We did it, we're out of the rain.
Eddie's very similar to a witch. It'll start to melt.
Sometimes I ride around on a broom and I go,
You can't fly, so it's just kind of like you basically hobby horsing around.
yeah, but you have to bring that up to everybody? Yeah, to just fucking tell the world that I can't fly. I can't fucking believe you,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Start the
I'm
car.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Stop!
Next up was the Margaritaville in Panama City Beach, Florida. This location was maybe 5 times as busy as the previous one. So to get seated, we sat at the bar. At this point, I was already getting exhausted. There were so many animals in this Margaritaville, and none of them were animatronics. And then, even though I was full, I ordered more food. I don't know what was going through my head. I think I thought it would give me more energy, but I just regretted it after.
I continue to eat. I ate more artichoke dip. I don't know why I did that.
Then we drove to our hotel for the night and got to enjoy maybe the most beautiful sunset I had ever seen. You know, my problems with the Margaritavilles were growing already, but I'm not gonna lie and say that this wasn't a really nice moment. It was so pretty, I don't even know how else to explain it. It was just gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. Tomorrow we'd continue into Florida's supercluster, but at this point, we now officially had
5 done.
On day 7, we had to drive the entire soil.
We won't know until a little bit more than a week in if we're even rocking with some livable plants here. In an ideal world, we'll get so much plants from these that we'll be able to just make a whole salad. I'll be able to do a taste test from each of these to see if the salads taste different. These beautiful seeds hold all of my hopes and dreams in them. If I was already gonna have trouble getting into heaven right now, those gates are gonna be locked when I'm done with this. This is kind of like the Hunger Games for these seeds. Like the ones that are going into the 100% soil, they're gonna live a normal life. The ones that go in this one, they're going straight to the fucking slums.
So I planted all the arugula seeds into their respective pots.
Good night, my pretties. I believe in you, Lomi seeds. You got a lot rooting against you, but I believe in you. Now we gotta take these guys outside and we gotta water them.
I'll be honest, after days on end of me converting fast food into dehydrated pseudo-compost, I was starting to think I'd never get to this point. But when watering those seeds, I felt the infinite potential of nature within the palm of my hand. That is until after watering the mixtures, I noticed the very stark difference in texture between the control and the 100%. It was like touching an evil, stinky mud. But I set my worries aside now, as all that had to be done now was wait. So I set up my time-lapse camera that night, and the grand experiment had begun.
I'm a little bit disappointed with the results that we've got here, ladies and germs. I think I may have been a little bit too hopeful. I may have had too much of a twinkle in my eye. Week 1 went pretty much as expected. I didn't see any sort of response from any of the dirts because I had just planted the seeds and put them outside. By the time that day 6 rolled around, we started to see some sprouts from the control, which makes sense. That is objectively the best scenario that a plant could grow. Then day 7 and 8 rolled around, and I started to get a little bit nervous because none of the other things had sprouts in them at all. I'm starting to think to myself, oh shit, I've spent so much time already on this video and it's not gonna work at all? That'd be kind of miserable. One of the first things that I noticed about the various levels of the loamy dirt is that as you go up in percentage of the fast food dirt, it gets harder. When the material reacts with water, it gets more solid. I think this is because of all of the grease. With the 100% loamy dirt, looks like the surface of Mars. And I don't even think that the guy in The Martian would have been able to grow potatoes from this. This is worse than Mars dirt. It is gross. On top of that, when I watered it, none of the water would even really seep into the dirt. It was kind of just sitting on top and turning into kind of like a swamp. So that was cool. That was great. So as I rolled into week 2, I was getting a little bit depressed. I was getting a little bit worried. But then on day 9, I got some actual sprouts from a loamy dirt experiment. And wouldn't you know, it was the one that Lomi themselves recommended, which was the 90-10 split. But this was huge. I now had 2 of the pots growing at this point. The control was a relief because at least that meant that I could grow a plant from seed in the first place. And the 10% was a good start. We now knew that with a small presence of fast food soil, a plant could still sprout from it. I'd taken a knife and dug into the 50-50 mix to see if there was any reactions there, and I did actually find a seed that had sprouted a little bit. But the problem is the dirt in that mixture is so hardened that I don't think that a little tiny baby plant can burst through the soil there to get to the light. They're trapped in the claws of a greasy mess of McDonald's dirt. That's freaky. I feel bad for them, but I also salute their sacrifice. I waited the rest of the week for any of the other pots to sprout, but just nothing was happening. I was like, this is miserable. I don't want to have to be like, oh, Lomi was right, 90-10 split's the only thing that works. I don't want to tell a company that they're right. Nobody wants to do that. At the very least, we've got actual plants that are growing a little bit from the nutrients that are in all of that fast food, which is kind of cool. Week 3 rolls around. The 50-50 and the 75-25 started doing some weird stuff. Namely, they both started to mold. The 50-50 was probably the worst of them. It had this sort of blanket of mold all over it. I'm assuming that's because I'm taking dehydrated fast food, putting it in a mixture of dirt and covering it in water. It could also be a curse from an ancient god. I'm not really crossing that out as a possibility here. But mold showed up, and then came the flies. Even now, as I checked upstairs on the plant, there is actively like full-on flies on this loamy mixed dirt. They also smell nasty. Any seed that's getting planted in that is just getting poison damage and dying. I possibly created a more inhospitable environment than like when a plant bursts out of concrete. Then another weird thing started happening. The 90-10 mix started growing better than the control. I was starting to see actual baby arugula leaves forming in the 90-10 mix, whereas the control reached this weird baby purple sprout stage, and it wasn't growing any further beyond that, which confounded me and still does. Like, why are you having a problem? Is it just because you live in a weird neighborhood? So we're having 10% of success right now. Personally though, that's not enough for me. 10% of a win is not even close to a passing grade. We're on academic probation, to say the least. Things aren't going well. So I need to change a game plan here. I'm a greedy bull. I want results. I need pictures of Spider-Man. At this point, we can say with almost absolute certainty that nothing from 50% loamy and up is going to grow a plant. It's just not gonna happen. But we've also learned that in 10%, something can grow. But think about this little number. There is a 40% split in loamy percentage in there that I have not tested. Now the experiment becomes, how much fast food dirt can I add to a mixture and still be able to grow arugula? Lucky for me, I had 6 extra pots and I had some loamy dirt to spare. So we were gonna figure out exactly what percentage our ceiling was. Dirty Buckets here. Been sitting outside for about a month now. I checked what things looked like today with the control and the 90-10%, and the control is still not going past like the little weird purple sprouts. I don't know what's happening with the control. If there are plant people out there that can tell me why the control is doing worse, that'd be perfect. If I was the entire scientific community, the scientific community is baffled. This time around for making my mixtures, I tried going for a different strategy. Last time I mixed it in the pot. So this time I mixed it in the clear measuring cup, making sure that the loamy dirt was completely homogeneous with the potting soil. For almost a 50-50 mixture, that looks pretty good. So with all of the seeds planted, now it's time to bring these puppies outside, water them, and just hope for the best that I win this. It's been a month and a half I've been working on this video. Things are going all right. In that first week, we got nothing going on. But I'm watering them. I'm being a little bit belligerent about it too. I've got the fear of God in my heart and I've got the joy of plant growing in my soul. Luckily for me, at about day 7, I was given a gift. In the 20%, I've got a little bit of sprouts going. I have to stoke that little ember and try to make sure that it'll grow. I have no idea how that plant was able to burst out of that rock hard soil. That's right, baby. The 20% came through, which means that I've officially doubled the amount that Lomi said was possible. Fuck you, Lomi. I'm feeling good. Fingers are still up. They're raised high to the sky, to the heavens. I'm going to kill God. 20% has sprouted. It's growing actively right now upstairs, and it's going to blossom into a beautiful salad. That is 1/5 of the soil that this plant is growing from is made up of 100% fast food soil. That's a lot of numbers thrown out there, but it feels good. What I'm a little bit curious about is why the 15% didn't grow. Because the 15% is like demonic. This is the worst mold infestation I've seen in any of the pots that I've planted. It is the corpse of all of these experiments I've done. So where we're at right now is, okay, I've got the 20% growing. All I need to do really is just keep it alive. And I'm really excited to see how big the 20% grows in comparison with the 10%. 10%'s doing really well at this point. I'm hoping that the new plant can get to maturity fast enough so I can try both of the salads side by side. So that's the current status in week 6. This is kind of a victory, right? Please. Unfortunately for me, I set my sights too high again. The 20% grew for a bit, but at a certain point it just stopped. This tiny little set of sprouts that managed to break through the soil were not, I think, able to get roots down below. For a couple more weeks, I watched this sprout grow into nothing but a disappointment for me. And at the same time, the only successful part of my experiment, the 10%, got further and further into maturity. So I had to make a judgment call. Here's the deal. I don't think that I'm going to get this 20% to grow any bigger than it has. I'm probably 2 weeks late to accepting this fact. 20% ain't gonna grow any bigger than a little tiny bit it is at now. Which means that if I'm going to make my salad, I need to use the 10%. This has been a long journey over several months. One thing is known for sure. I kind of grew it in the 20%, and I definitely grew it in the 10%. So now all there is to do is harvest that arugula, buy some control arugula from the grocery store, and we'll see how good my kind of fast food grown salad is. We're finally here. We finally have our harvest of the only arugula that I was able to grow, which is the 10%. The one that Lomi said was the one that I'd be able to grow, which pisses me off to a very large degree. This has been a long journey to get to this point. I waited way too long to harvest this arugula. I waited so long. The comparison that I'm going to be making here is inherently ridiculous. I'm currently going to compare tender young baby arugula leaves to the experiment, which is 90% off from my original goal in terms of the soil content. Some of the leaves are yellowing because this is a frail old arugula leaves grown in 10% fast food compost. Maybe I should have believed the research I was doing into this. But no, I will waste 3 months of my life on growing this plant. I don't even know if I can eat some of these leaves. They look spooky. Some of these leaves look remarkably like something I'd find in a witch's garden. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, we will be comparing them. Will there be a difference? I wonder. This is some private selection small batch lemon and olive oil vinaigrette, which sounds really good.
First, I made sure to wash the leaves thoroughly. And since I had a bad experience finding a weird worm on a basil leaf 2 years ago, I checked every single leaf individually.
All roads lead to victory in some ways. I don't know who said that. Probably because I just made it up. It's important at the end of the day to have perspective. Right here is a little bed of seeds. They never got a chance to have the chance that this salad right here was able to have. Think about that for a second. Model that in your brain. We're all lucky to be alive. And maybe that's a lesson of this video. We're all lucky to be alive. Let's finish off this science project. That's a pretty good comparison right there in terms of what we're dealing with. These are our 2 salads. We've got our control and we've got our experiment. First to do, try a piece of arugula. Arugula-y. Oh, a little bit of sweetness in it too. That's pretty good. And now it's time to try my 10% fast food grown version. Oh. I don't know if this is because this isn't baby arugula, but the aftertaste is a little bit aggressive in some ways. There's a darkness in that. If I start glowing green, call the cops. But at the end of the day, our goal here was to make a salad. We're gonna do the serving size, which is 2 tablespoons in each of the salads. Toss the salad a little bit. First, let's taste our control salad. Oh. That's awesome, actually. I feel like I'll definitely have lemon olive oil vinaigrette in the future. That's fucking phenomenal. I set out more than 3 months ago to grow a plant from fast food to create a salad. And after all this time, we finally can determine if that salad is good. Here we go. It's not that good.
Over the next 7 days, I'm going to be attempting to create a TikTok sound with my voice in it that goes viral. And I have no idea if this is going to work.
So on TikTok, there's a phenomenon where somebody will create a TikTok and the audio from that TikTok has so much application to hundreds of other themes that the audio itself will go viral.
Here's an example.
How did this become this? Become this.
Then after that video takes off, people realize that this sound could be applicable to other circumstances, like watching a small little puppy grow from that into a wolf, or a teenage boy that watches Andrew Tate religiously grow into a man that gets angry when he sees a woman driving a car. How did this become this?
Some of these audios have tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of videos that are offshoots from the original, and most of these people probably don't even know where the original sound came from.
So I have a theory that if I try really hard, I could make a series of the most generally applicable TikTok sounds in existence. As mouth-watering as a pumpkin spice latte to a soccer mom in flannel.
But I'm not an expert on the world of TikTok. I mean, sure, I busted out dance moves at weddings that would make Charlie D'Amelio shit herself in fear and awe. But if I'm gonna make sounds for TikTok, I have to learn from the experts on what the ideal sound would be.
What do you think are the defining traits of what make a TikTok sound go viral?
Something that they could then make into a relatable thing of their own.
It's more of like the cadence of how you speak rather than what you're actually saying that actually makes a TikTok go viral.
Something that needs to be able to be memeable. If you have something that people can kind of put their own situations into and either make a joke.
One of the top things that makes a great TikTok sound is cringe. Cringe plays a large factor in everything that happens on TikTok.
You make your own meme, people could flip it with just a different different text and they would kind of lip sync what you're saying.
What's the minimum amount that I would probably need to hit in order for it to be like viral?
Like 15 to 20,000 times. Like that's like lightly viral. Anything over 50,000 is like, okay, yeah, probably everyone and their mother is seeing this.
At least like 10K videos. I feel like once you see that K, it picks up after that.
If the top ones have over 100K plus, then that's really when you know you're getting somewhere.
Do you think I have a chance?
I think you have a chance.
I feel like that's going to be hard to do.
At least like one of these ideas has to work.
And I agree with Aviva. It's the entire foundation of my strategy. Keep throwing shit at the walls until something sticks. Kind of like Instagram with its features, or monkeys with shit. So with my research finished, here are my rules. Number one, the sound has to use my voice. I can't go grabbing sounds from TV shows and stuff. This baby is gonna be custom. Two, in order for a sound to be considered viral, it has to pass a threshold of roughly 15,000 videos using the sound. And finally, I can't tell my audience that I'm trying to make a viral TikTok sound, because then people are just gonna try to help me. And let's be honest, I fucking hate you guys. So with all this in mind, I prepared for day one by creating my first TikTok sound. New, epic, viral TikTok sound. Yeah, no, that makes sense. My idea is a TikTok that applies to something that people like. A NASCAR race, or a basketball game, a Build-A-Bear. Like, it would be a thing of me as an 8-year-old walking into the Rainforest Cafe, and then I'm like, well, this is gonna define my personality for the next decade. Yeah, no, that's probably what I'm gonna say. Well, this is going to define my personality for the next decade. This is going to define my personality for the next decade. Wow. Well, this is going to be my personality for the rest of my life. Well, this is going to be my personality for the rest of my life. That seems like it could do well. It could just be someone discovering something for the first time. Wow. Well, this is going to be my personality for the rest of my life. I'd honestly say that this is a pretty good one to start off with, just to see if my theories work at all. Otherwise, we're going to be in for some trouble. There's another thing that you can do with TikTok sounds that I learned recently, where you can rename a sound once. I think if I give the sound a name, it will also add a layer of legitimacy to the sound. I'm feeling really strongly about it now. This is going to be our flagship opening TikTok that I hope this sound will do well. Good morning. It's day one of trying to make a viral TikTok sound. First thing to do was record my video for my relatable TikTok sound. Well, this is gonna be my personality for the rest of my life. Then I slapped on a relatable caption onto the video and post. In the first 6 minutes, we've got 286 likes, 12 comments, but 10 saves. And from what I've noticed, the sounds that do the best are the ones that have a lot of saves. What the fuck? So just commented, watch this audio trend on TikTok. If he's commenting this, that means that this TikTok just might have a fighting chance, ladies and germs. Oh, baby. We have our first video made from the sound. Wow. Well, this is going to be my personality for the rest of my life. That's a pretty good usage of the sound. This video has been up for, what, 12 minutes? Put my title on the screen, The King of Relatability. How ridiculous would it be if we were successful on the first day? I'm feeling maybe unrealistically confident about how this is going so far. But we also got to make another one today. I'm thinking this one, the world saying you can't do something, and then you going ahead and doing it. And then it's like this musical beat, like, reveal thing. You're a failure! You'll never do it. You don't have what it takes. It's a pipe dream. Do you understand how many people have tried this and failed? It's impossible. Well, they didn't have me. That has no right to be as epic as it's sounding right now. Do you understand how many people have tried this and failed? It's impossible. Well, they didn't have me. This sound, I imagine, would make the most sense for like some guy that's just trying to build a porch. His neighbor's saying that it's not going to work out, or his HOA. I hope with all of my soul that people use this sound, because it is far dumber than the last one I made. So for the second sound, I ended up doing another Rainforest Cafe joke. If you don't know at this point, I went to every single one in North America, with the joke being for this one, oh, you can't go to every single Rainforest Cafe. It's impossible. I got my Rainforest Cafe outfit. This is going to be good. Well, they didn't have me. Then I made deeply insane face apps of Eddie and I standing in front of every single Rainforest Cafe to result with this masterpiece. Do you understand how many people have tried this and failed? It's impossible. Well, they didn't have me. say that this is in its perfect state. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna post it. Here we go. I have officially posted both of the TikTok sounds that I hope go viral. I have a feeling that it's gonna take a little bit more than that, but we'll see. There are some good news and bad news. The first TikTok I posted yesterday, I believe did excellent. It has 128,000 likes, 6,383 people have saved it, and the most important of them all, there is 170 videos that people have made from this sound. The most liked one is this guy talking about being addicted to Destiny. I'm delighted to see this. For my first attempt at making a sound to get about 170 videos in 24 hours, I would say that's pretty good. I'm gonna view this as a win thus far, and we'll see how it progresses over the week. Now on to the bad news. The other video I posted did well. It has 100,000 likes, but it only has 7 videos made from the sound. The top video on the sound, it has 1,000 likes, and it's someone calling me out for attempting to try to make a viral TikTok sound. I don't know if it's for a video or something, but based on all the new TED TikToks I've seen today, I'm about 90% certain TED is trying to make a viral audio. You got me. Chain me up. Take me to fucking jail. There's even a comment saying, LMAO, this will probably be in the video. There's this one person that made an account specifically to call me out on it. Ted, are you making a vid? So out of the 7 total videos using this sound, more than 50% are calling me out on trying to make a viral sound. You guys think you know everything, huh? Like you're Nick Cage putting lemon juice on the Declaration of Independence. Newsflash, I'm not really trying to hide what I'm doing. I just didn't think that you guys would catch on so fast. It's not a huge deal because unlike Danny Gonzalez's video where he makes a viral TikTok song and he like disguises himself in order to do it, which is a lot of the inspiration behind this video and you should check it out if you haven't already, I'm not necessarily trying to do this in secret. The rule is that I'm just not telling my audience that I'm doing. So I will never admit to it until this video has posted.
Plus, for the TikToks that I've posted in the past, they've done well and they've gotten likes, but none of them have ever blown up as a sound. So the ability to make a viral sound isn't inherently tied to the size of a TikTok page. It takes the special sauce. With TikTok's For You page giving pretty much anything the chance to go viral, it makes it an equalizer in the sense that the only way that I'm going to make a viral sound is if I make something that's worth becoming a viral sound.
Another reason why I don't think this sound worked though is because it was too complicated. The whole punchline is like a highly edited slideshow. I might try to go to the angle of what has worked in the past.
There was a time that my voice went semi-viral on TikTok where somebody posted a clip from my edible story video and then it became a trend and it got more than 10,000 videos made from it.
So the 2 words of the day are reuse and recycle. I'm going to be reusing and recycling my own content. I'm going to go through my YouTube channel today and I'm going to find the most TikTok soundable moments. I'm unsure if this will work. Day 2 went not very well at all in terms of my goal. The first one was a clip from my Coachella Milkman video. The sound itself only got 5 sound usages and 2 of them were from the same guy.
I also tried to recreate the success of my edible story audio going viral, but then somebody called me out for reusing old content and that made me feel bad. So I deleted it in shame.
As of now, though, the first sound I posted is still the most successful one. It has 262 videos under the sound, and some of these TikToks are doing pretty good. The highest liked TikTok besides my own has almost 25k likes. Below that, we've got one with almost 14k likes. And at this point, there are people that are using the sound that don't even follow me, which tells me that this sound is reaching beyond my audience. And I'm hoping at this point that might cause some sort of exponential growth. It's kind of ridiculous that it's day 3 and I'm putting all of my hope into the first attempt that I made. Right now, that's all I have. I haven't posted a single TikTok today. I need to figure out what is relatable. I need something to write on. Mental illness. I got ADHD. You probably got something going on. Being stressed. I'm stressed right now, so it's pretty relatable to me. Nihilism. The world's gonna end. Everything's falling apart. Queen Elizabeth is dead.
I'll be honest with you. I had no idea what to do for a sound at this point. Everything I had done thus far had maybe a day of preparation, so I was just straight up out of ideas.
It is so easy to go viral on TikTok.
So the rest of day 3 was quite literally me sitting at my computer and scrolling through TikTok, just trying to find ideas. That being said, it gave me an opportunity to get all my ducks in a row so I could come into day 4 stronger than ever.
The first sound is still doing the best. It's now at 667 videos. This is the most that I've ever gotten. 17K likes, 12K likes, 50K likes, 20K likes. And what it's telling me is that simplicity is what's gonna win me the game here. People are gonna be frothing at the mouth to get a hold of my sound. I'm gonna be releasing luxury sound.
So for this day's TikTok, I tried to enter into the vein of content where influencers will make relatable, nostalgic content in order to get likes. My goal was to make a viral TikTok while secretly promoting the sound. It was like a Trojan horse that was targeted specifically at people that grew up in the 2000s.
Do you remember in elementary school how every single kid had an LL Bean backpack? I remember it being cool to have the backpack straps just so loose, and I have always needed to run to catch the bus. But when you have a backpack that is filled with books and it's hanging so low, when you run, it's like it's a pendulum. This is what it would look like. So my idea is to do a recreation of what that would look like. Missing the bus and you're running for it with your pendulum swinging backpack. I could find some like royalty-free intense music or something. Because when you're a kid and you're trying to make the bus, making the bus is the most important thing that you could possibly be doing in your entire life. Kind of pretend that I'm like running, like, you can do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. That should work. Let's try it out. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. God. Didn't totally intend for this to be the case when I made this sound just now. It definitely sounds like it could be interpreted as something else. What is that thing it could be interpreted as? Someone getting really into a video game and playing it so hard and fast and long. Duh. All right, I'm pretty much ready to record this TikTok. Let's see how this goes. I have a treadmill that I use sometimes for my standing desk. I'm gonna see if I could use that to make the running more realistic. I guess I'm gonna use this sound now. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's perfect. Switch over to this one. Come on, come on. You can do it. Ha. Come on. I have just made TikTok art. This is so fucking relatable. So now all there is to do is just give it a caption. I think we're ready to post this. There's no way that people aren't gonna love this. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. I'm posting it. Fuck. Right now it's at 36K likes over 4 hours, which I think is not good. There's only been 2 videos made from it thus far. I thought this video would do better than it has right now. I thought it was super relatable. Nah, when it was too loose, I just held the straps like suspenders. Yeah, when you have a loose backpack and you put it into sport mode is what that is. Just based on the way this one is performing thus far though, I don't think this is gonna be a relatable sound. I made it too complicated again. It seems that whenever I put music in the background, that screws me somehow. And if that first video does well, fantastic. It's gonna feel really bad though if I spend 7 different days doing this and my first try is the most successful one. It is day 5. Something is happening. The first TikTok I posted is doing even better. 1,453 videos. Holy fuck, I might actually do this. The top one on here right now has 64.8K likes. It was posted 21 hours ago. And it is by a TikTok account with 1.6 million followers. I didn't ask them to do this. They found it themselves. As I writhe my hands in satisfaction. This is the beginning of the virality, folks. And it all started with a bit about the Rainforest Cafe. So what other sort of accounts are making TikToks from this sound? How much clout do they have? That's what I care about most. 176K followers. 483K? And since I've been talking about this, 8 more people have made videos. On a darker note, this TikTok, the one that I probably put my most effort into, has only 3 videos being made from it. There seems to be a noticeable trend. Every time I try to make a viral TikTok, it works less.
So at this point, I developed a theory that the reason why my first TikTok did so well was because of how easy it was for people to replicate it as a trend. All someone needs to do is just replace Rainforest Cafe with any passion or interest they have, and then they're pretty much done. All the other TikTok sounds I had made were paired with videos where the trend wasn't really clear at all or hard to replicate, or in the case of when I made old video clips, just not even there.
So I can't just give people the sound that I think might work. I also have to give them the joke. So I'm gonna start off with a really easy joke, okay? Hand sanitizer says it kills 99.9% of bacteria. So obviously you could do a bit about the 0.1% of bacteria that hand sanitizer doesn't kill. I'm gonna try to give a voice to what that bacteria sounds like that people can use to apply to their own achievements.
So with my handy dandy thesaurus and a whole lot of vine booms, this is what I came up with.
You thought that would work out, huh? Unlikely, unrealistic, unimaginable, and implausible. Unbelievable, inconceivable, preposterous, and dare I say absurd. This should be ready to post. I think that this is gonna work out. I was right. I was right. That doesn't usually happen to me. Let me just walk you through what's going on here because this is a big deal. It's got 40.8K likes. It's doing all right. It could do better, but I go under the sound, 33 videos in 4 hours. The last video I posted, it's still at 4. I'm getting a rare feeling right now because I wasn't good at math in high school. When I did figure out how the equation worked, I felt pretty good. I feel like I figured out how the hell to find the area of a circle. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, baby. I figured it out! I was feeling like things maybe weren't gonna work out the way that I wanted them to. And now, I feel like I could cure cancer. I feel like I could show up to the White House right now and stop the inflation. $21 trillion in debt? I could probably figure that out. It's only 33 videos, but that is a very different reaction than the last 3 days. I started strong, the 3 days of drought, and then bounty time. Or treasure day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like a fucking genius right now. That's a TikTok sound. What I just said is a fucking TikTok sound too.
I was riding on genius energy. I was fucking Jimmy Neutron the rest of day 5, and I had the hair to prove it.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like a genius right now.
So I spent the rest of the day perfecting tomorrow's TikTok sound, but I don't think I was prepared for what I was gonna wake up to.
Things are going really well. As of right now, the video that I posted yesterday has 63 videos being made from it. I'm sure you're wondering what the update is on the first sound. The sound is now at 2,609 videos. Here's the thing that's got me the most jazzed though. Whoa! Holy shit, the heavy hitters have come to play, baby. There are some seriously large TikTok accounts that have used this sound at this point. Let me give you some examples. Right here, we got this guy who is very popular. He likes to cosplay as Willy Wonka. 20.8 million followers. This woman right here, 16.9 million followers. This other dude here with 2.5 million followers. My voice has even made my way onto Christian TikTok, a reverse crusade. Things are going pretty well. If my most recent TikTok is any evidence, I think I figured it out. So the first order of business today is to make my TikTok that I will be posting. That TikTok is POV, you're high and putting cookies in your taco. The TikTok that's doing the best right now is 7 seconds long. Maybe if I limit the length of this TikTok to being 7 seconds long, maybe that'll help. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like a genius right now. I think this sound is ready. Let's try to make a TikTok with it. I think in order for the TikToks to do even better, what I need to do is I need to actually act the part. Now I'm a stoner. So I got Chips Ahoy and empty taco shells to do this bit. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like a genius right now. I think this looks pretty good. The last thing that I need to do is just put the caption on. I'm gonna be really disappointed if this one doesn't pop off. And post. It is day number last of trying to make a viral TikTok sound. Here we go, folks. For some reason, I was so proud of the weed joke that I had made. As a TikTok, it bombed. It has 35K likes. However, the sound itself does have 9 videos. My first TikTok sound has 5,810 videos. So that's a big jump. It's pretty obvious at this point that this first sound that I made is my best chance to actually completing this challenge. And everybody knows what I'm doing at this point. In my last TikTok, all of the top comments are people just saying, Ted, you're trying to make a viral audio. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm almost there. What I think would be the best use of my time at this point is to just make another TikTok with that audio. The sound is out of my hands now. It's growing on its own. So the best option for me at this point is to just help it along. So what I'm gonna do for this next TikTok is I'm just gonna make an ADHD joke. Me in 7th grade getting diagnosed with ADHD. So I'm gonna record a TikTok right now using that sound again, and then we'll see if I can help make it go even more viral. Wow. Well, this is gonna be my personality for the rest of my life. Wow.
well, this is going to be my personality for the rest of my life.
That's pretty good. I think it's still gonna hit that sort of millennial positive, but the actual meaning is bad kind of joke. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like someone getting in a car crash and saying, well, I guess I'm not gonna beat the traffic now. And post. Hopefully this one will do well and it'll make it even more viral. Now all there is to do is let the TikTok sounds marinate. And we will know for sure if I was successful in making a viral TikTok sound.
20 hours later, the sound hit 10,000 videos. It was gaining a momentum that I had never seen before. People were finding this sound from all corners of TikTok. Athletes, dancers, musicians, everyone was using the sound. The sound was going viral. But what I did not expect was for it to go this viral.
15K, 20K, 25K, 30K.
The sound was expanding, exploding. Like the Big Bang itself that created our universe, the sound was turning into galaxies and stars and aliens that eat people and fuck them too. Videos were getting double, even triple the amount of views and likes as my original videos, and sometimes they even crossed into the millions. But what told me that my sound had gone full-blown viral? Well, that was when Ed Sheeran used the sound. Yeah, everybody's favorite smooth-voiced ginger, and my God, I was loving the shape of him. Celebrities were now getting involved in my sound, mouthing the words that I spoke as if to tell me that I had won. I had succeeded. Somehow, through a stupid level of luck and my dumb, low register voice, I had artificially crafted virality. And the dumbest part about it is that it was my first try.
So here we are, 35 days later. Let me give you the final stats. In total, as of October 21st, 2022, my sound is sitting at 51,300 videos. And through my sources, I was able to pull more data that expands on what this number means. Those 51,300 videos, in total, have 268 million views and 37.5 million.
Coachella! This is a festival that people in California go to waste away their worries about their miserable lives. It's the place that people get high on drugs and go to listen to music all day. These people, they're not drinking enough milk. Their bones are weak, they're frail, they're walking around all day, and they need a little bit of help, let's be honest. Look at this place. Full of degenerates, pieces of shit. So you guys may be asking, Ted, how the hell did you manage to get about 5 gallons of milk into Coachella? Well, I've got a plug, baby. So join me as I bring milk to the frail bones of the people of Coachella. Let's do this thing. Alex, what have you done for me here today?
I brought you some goodies, some milk, so.
Oh, we got the goods, ladies and gentlemen. You're soldiers in the war against people not drinking enough milk. All right, come here, check this out. Behold, the milk stash. This feels like it's about 5 gallons of milk, and I do not want to be carrying this all day, so we're gonna really have to hope that we give enough milk away to people. You been drinking any milk lately?
No.
Dude, what? You're not drinking milk?
No.
Would you like some?
You probably got drugs and shit in there.
But like, what's better than going to Coachella and having a nice cold glass of milk? What do I gotta do to get you to drink this milk while you're on that seesaw?
Any free milk?
I can get you some oat milk.
And that would be perfect.
Hell yeah. Straight from the titty of the oat. This cooler is literally filled with milk. I'm trying to get rid of it.
I want a goddamn cocktail.
I can give you a cocktail of milk, baby. Come on. That guy fucking sucks. Round two. Yeah! Hell yeah. Oh, you need some? Here we go. Drink milk, everyone. What is the most vicious way that you think you could kill a hamster in under 30 seconds?
Definitely start by drowning it, then bring it up, dry it really quickly, and burn it alive.
Break down for me the drying aspect of the process.
Hair dryer on high. You know that hurts me even.
Just beat the shit out of it, grab it, squeeze it. Fuck that hamster, he's dead.
That hamster didn't deserve to live anyways.
I mean, I don't want to be like messed up, but like, you know.
But like you could be though. And I feel like you kind of want to.
If I want to be, then, you know, just grab him and just throw him at the wall.
Whoa.
Cheese grater. You snap its legs.
Oh my God.
And you cheese grate the body.
Are you a religious man?
Yeah, totally, straight up.
Let's be honest, like Jesus kind of deserved it though, right?
That's a long story. Yeah, that's probably an Egyptian story. Depends on how you want to look at it.
Something about Cleopatra and King Tut.
I think we're all God's children. I think we all.
But like Jesus, he kind of seemed like kind of an asshole though. Like if you think about it really hard. You like milk?
Yeah, I like milk. Where's it coming from?
Comes from a variety of places. Sometimes it comes from an oat. Sometimes it comes from the titty of a cow.
Oak?
Oat.
Like the tree.
Tell me about the outfits today at Coachella. What's the inspiration?
I felt like this is very Matrix, grungy, that sort of a vibe.
Grungy, you don't take no from anyone.
Exactly.
About to like smash through the glass window of a bank.
We hope so.
Whole milk's my number 1 milk, but oat milk is my number 2 milk.
I bet it is, but we're gonna pass today.
All right, well, have a good day, guys. Shoot. If there were no legal repercussions, would you kick a baby?
No, I wouldn't, no.
No one would arrest you, though.
If there's money involved, I'll reconsider it.
Oh. Right. Oh, no one's gonna get mad. And it's right there. It's ready to be kicked.
What if it's a real jerk baby like Hitler?
There's a chance it's Hitler, the sequel.
If I see a baby Sig Heil, he's getting the boot.
$1.
No.
$2?
Absolutely not.
Does this outfit say to the world, I would kick a baby?
Maybe. Depends if the baby's crying.
The baby's crying, it's getting kicked.
It's getting kicked.
What would I gain from it, though?
A spectacle.
I do like a good spectacle.
Whole milk is my number 1 milk, but oat milk is my number 2 milk.
Can you be my dad?
I've always been your dad, before you even ask. Come on. If you chug this whole thing, I gotta say the sponsor. Hey guys, today this video is sponsored by my friends at SeatGeek, baby. Summer concerts are here and SeatGeek has all of the tickets. If you don't already know, SeatGeek is a ticketing app that makes buying tickets to live events super simple. I've got the app on my phone. By far the best way to buy tickets online. With so many amazing concerts and festivals happening right now, you're not gonna wanna miss out. I'm talking The Weeknd, I'm talking Doja Cat, I'm talking Justin Bieber, so much more. So when you're on the app, look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Use code TED for $20 off at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with code TED. Make sure to click the link in the description to download the app.
You want to be a fucking gentleman, you use SeatGeek.
Use SeatGeek.
Head over here, got you.
Fuck, marry, kill your mom, your sister, your dad. Come on.
Oh shit. Turns out I'm a psychopath. I don't want to kill them all.
Dude.
Kill my dad, because he said if he's not dead by 60, just kill him anyways.
Dude, all three. Fuck, if you're gonna go, just...
You're gonna fuck your entire family?
If you're gonna go bad, you gotta break bad.
He had other options. And he said he wanted to fuck his whole family.
I don't believe in half-assing that.
Yeah, you can't half-ass incest. You gotta go all the way in.
I'd fuck my sister because she looks like me.
So you fuck yourself is what?
Yeah, basically
Okay.
I'd fuck myself. Sorry, I'm a narcissist.
Not fuck my mom or my sister, but my dad. You know what? We're going to hold it down. Man to man.
Nuts to nuts, ass to ass.
Butts to butts. My dad can do a kickflip. My mom can't.
Don't have a sister, kill her, marry my mom, fuck my dad?
He's gonna fuck his dad.
Oh no! There's something in the milk! Don't drink the milk!
Nobody told me that the man was gonna be at Coachella.
I need no introduction.
Everybody knows what they call him. The name heard around the world, that is, of course,
Philip.
Philip.
What's your name?
The milkman.
I'm Renz, the bitch man. Stop fucking these nasty bitches. Get clean, get that money. Don't worry about a bitch unless she's sucking your dick. Heard that from the King Lorenz.
What type of milk you like?
Whole milk.
We need some whole milk.
That's not breast milk, is it?
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yes, I would chug it if he weren't gonna chug it first.
Fuck yeah, baby. We're here at Coachella. They need some milk. They need they need to make their bones strong. Holy shit, he is actually deleting that right now.
Just one?
It's a wolf.
Just one?
It is a wild wolf, though.
For the gays, there is a specific man that resembles a wolf. So you're talking about the gay wolf or you're talking about the actual like wolf?
I was thinking more like a legitimate wild wolf. I'm hearing thousands of breaking bones across the world. That's the sound of them dying. Oh, my bones! That's what they're saying. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no video games, or games, unlimited games but no more games?
If you haven't been able to tell by my outfit, I'm a homosexual.
Okay.
So we don't play games.
This is a
breaking news.
Gay people don't play video games.
Thank you.
You're so fucking welcome. I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Would you give me your best Coachella dance? Would you give me your best Coachella dance? Here he goes. You gotta take your shirt off. That's a big part of the process. Yeah! That was it. end of the day, we give a shit ton of milk to people at Coachella. Quite successfully, I might add. And I think the people of Coachella have the milkman to thank. Signing off. Peace, bitches.
We're gonna be doing something a little bit different today. Something not in with the normal Jibber Dab vibe. No fiber filth. No chuckle fuel. We're actually going to be delving into something different today. Something special. Something little treat for you guys. I'm pretty excited about it. Shayla Cooley, I discovered her through Reddit when looking through just various subreddits because I'm a Redditor. And she's just a normal YouTuber, just like, you know, just making vlogs, making vids like the rest of us. But one video in particular caught my attention, and I'm going to be showing that to you guys right now. So let's jump right into it.
Hello everybody, hi to all. This is Cello with Golden Nomad Creation and Create Disclosure. So good to be back with all of you again today. I'm going on my walk and talk hike.
We're just going on our normal walk and talk hike, folks. Just heading down, doing a little vlog.
And I hope that you guys are having a great day so far.
I'm having a fantastic day, Shayla. Thanks for asking.
I just wanted to give you guys an update about what's going on with me.
Awesome, an update vlog. Love them.
I have made a video recently talking about how I communicate with my hybrid alien children.
What? Can we check that out one more time?
How I communicate with my hybrid alien children.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said. This is an update on the psychic communication with her hybrid reptilian son, Drayan. Nice. I would assume by now that you can understand why I was interested in this video.
I just wanted to make a quick update about that and let you guys know what's going on with that. So
please tell us what is going on, Shayla.
You guys understand a little bit more about the process, how it works, and how the parents of hybrid alien children are able to consistently communicate with their children.
You know, the first thing I would think would be that they're living in your house, so I would hope that you could, you know, just like talk to them or something. I didn't know that the psychic part was needed.
Recently, I had a contact experience with my hybrid alien son, Drayan, and he is part reptilian and part human.
Oh, here we go. It's the hybrid alien son, cool kid Drayan. I think contact experience is what it means to just have a alien show up and say what up.
And he's really into science, math, technology, innovation, design. Just to let you know a little bit about him.
Just like all reptilians are. Duh. I find it really interesting that he's interested in all these things that like you'd expect an alien to be interested in. He just happens to be interested in science, spaceships, flying, dark matter, fuel, energy. I realize that I'm not questioning right now is also how she had hybrid alien children in the first place. That usually doesn't really make much sense. We're talking about here an entire different evolutionary timeline, and you fucked it and you had kids with it, and it worked. You can't take a penguin and a tiger and they can't make babies, so why is this more plausible for her?
He's always wearing a lab coat. He can't take it off, and we've tried.
Why'd you say it like that, Shayla?
And
what the hell? Is there a problem?
Maybe he should try to wear something else, but he only feels comfortable doing that.
We don't know where he got the lab coat. He just showed up one day with it on, and he literally can't take it off. It's glued to his body. Hey, Drayan, you stupid little alien boy. Why don't you start wearing something different than a lab coat, you dumbass?
He actually was the only one of my children that was, until present, here on this planet. So all of my other hybrid alien children are off planet.
Ah, shoot! All of them? Dang, what a coincidence.
And now he's actually returned back with them. So he is now off planet back at Serpents again. And what he was doing was he was spending a lot of time in the underground bases. And now he has left and gone with a UFO, which is actually a Beva, and he is back.
Back at Serpents. So apparently the name of the planet is Serpents. So we've got reptilian people living on a planet in which they refer to as serpents. It just so happens to have a reptilian planet called Serpents.
He is back home with his other brothers and his sisters.
Apparently Shayla's given birth to a whole family unit of hybrid alien babies.
And with his father as well. So that's the good news about that. And now they're all back home where they belong and doing what matters for them.
Nice. What matters for them.
Sounds like somebody lost the hybrid alien custody battle. Shayla!
And basically they did a lot of work to expose what's going on with the corruption in the underground bases. That's what my children were doing before, so they have done their best with that, and they have actually exposed quite a few things.
Nice, a few things. They've done a lot, lots of good things. You're summarizing a lot here, Shayla. I don't understand why you're not going into the specifics of what these guys are doing.
And we won't be able to hear about it anytime soon.
Ah, shoot!
They have taken anything that has been aggressive, that has been unfair, that has been violating the rights of extraterrestrial beings and life forms in these underground bases. They have made sure that these people will not be able to surface again.
That's good. They've dealt with the general corruption in the general underground bases. Very general description you're putting here. It doesn't... sounds like it might be made up. I don't really think she's going on much of a hike here. It seems that she's pacing back and forth in front of a hedge.
Into our society, that they really have no way to basically interact and cause more damage than they've already done. So I think that's great news.
Fucking hell. I don't understand what she's even talking about. She's just like going on and on about these fucking underground bases. It's basically, after doing a little bit more research, what these underground bases are, apparently, are these underground places where people are doing experiments and shit on aliens. So it's basically like a mixture between District 9 and like Independence Day, and she's just kind of taking those ideas and that story and kind of just pasting it into her reality.
We try to learn something, we try to grow from that, but in actuality, a lot of times what's happened in the past in these underground bases, this is probably something that you guys could just assume and figure out on your own.
You can just figure it out. You don't need to ask questions about it. You just need to understand that they're there.
People in these underground bases have been violating the bodies, the emotions, the thoughts, and the feelings of these extraterrestrial beings, because they're trying to create weaponry, they're trying to create some kind of form of new super soldier.
See, there you go again with the District 9 Independence Day kind of thing. It's coming back again.
Why would you go through all of this effort to basically just create something so inherently negative when you have the opportunity to learn about how the universe works?
She's getting really fucking emotional. She's so far down the rabbit hole that like she's talking about this and she's getting like choked up. One of the things that you'll notice in this video is that she's got her hair parted in the middle. And there's a really good reason for that. It's because when you part your hair in the middle, you're properly opening your third eye, you know? Because like if she had her hair parted to the side, she wouldn't have been, the hair would have been blocking her third eye vision. So, you know, she's woke. Took a little bit of work, but it looks like I've opened my third eye. Let's keep going. Shayla, what an amazing experience you've offered me. You've opened my eyes to the cold-blooded love that humans can make with our reptilian brothers in the stars. Hope you're doing well, and remember, God has a plan for everyone. Alright, so there's a video that she posted 6 days ago. This is energy distortion implant removal. So
Don't miss Ashley Home Store's Great American Memorial.
Have had to conform to a certain social game.
Hello everybody, hi to all, this is Chella with Golden Element Creation Inc.
Here we go! Yeah! Look at that, check it out. We got Big Boy over here. He's opened his third eye too! Check out that middle part game.
Hey, I'm with my good friend Kenneth here. Hey
Hi.
Kenneth, what's up?
Hi everyone, how you guys doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Excited to be here with Chella, and we're going to be talking about
distortion implants!
Distortion implants.
He doesn't know what they're talking about. He's like, yeah, I'm really excited to be here. We're going to be talking about... distortion implants. And we just smoked a shit ton of weed beforehand, and she just wanted to do a video, so I'm just saying, yeah.
We actually have implants since birth, so that's kind of...
He's I'm pretty sure this guy's on the same page with us too, because he's like, the fuck did you just say? You say I got an implant since birth?
We get that through certain ways, like when we're born in the hospital, sometimes like energetically, etherically, negative entities, like they gather in these places because they know that you're the most sensitive at birth.
What the fuck, Shayla? According to Shayla, hospitals, they ain't no good. Places with doctors, nurses, fuck them. Saline solution, medicine, fuck it. We don't need that shit. We got good energy. We got nice art. We've got cultural symbols.
What else could you need?
The hospital has a lot of symbolism on it. It has a lot of negative energy on it, black magic on it.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? Since when do hospitals have black magic in them? What is black magic even? How does that relate to your alien son Drain?
I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Love yourselves, everyone. Heal yourselves. Love y'all.
Bye.
You know, I get a headache, and it's like, you think it's a headache, but like, no. It's a deadly spirit bombarding you with negative energy. All right, I guess I'm gonna write a comment on this one. I agree, Shayla. Hospitals are not natural. They were probably mostly built by black magic or some dark voodoo. Potentially some form of life that lives below the surface to punish our lack of positive energy. Have a great day, and remember, Jesus was an alien from the stars. So yeah, that's Shayla Cooley. She's an energy expert, and she's got some alien babies. If you like this video, then please like the video and comment, and consider subscribing if you want to see more from the channel, and make sure that you hit the bell on the video, because in that way you can receive all the notifications from my channel when I release a new video. So yeah, I'll see you around the block. I'm gonna check me around see you later, and yeah, I'm Jabberda. Peace, man.